have everything up there.
Whatever you say, Chig's gonna be on YouTube with it, man.
Oh man, nah, not this. T.I. and his son King got into a heated argument, which got physical towards the end. Now T.I.'s son King, you guys know he's always in trouble every couple of months in the media. Whether it's him disrespecting fast food workers, getting into online arguments with Charleston White, and anytime these kind of arguments happen, people always say, where are the parents?
Just talk about it. Come up on the panel if you want to and talk about it. Got a problem with the way the world moving, let's talk about it. Political, I don't do it much, but we can talk about it. Relationships and marriage, yeah, you know we gotta talk about it. It needs better balance, so that means we gotta talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it. Yeah, we gotta talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it. Won't you come and talk about it? The violence on ourselves, oh yeah, we gotta talk about it. The way these kids living out here, we gotta talk about it. It can be something serious or it can be something funny. It can be about food or it could be about money. It could be about your life or how you setting your goals. Nobody telling you what to do, that mean you taking control. So let's talk about it, talk about it. Come on and just talk it. And like what I said, that's cool, we can talk. It might not change how I feel, but it's okay for us to talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it. Ain't nothing wrong to talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it. Ain't nothing wrong, let's talk about it. It's the OG way, so you know we're gonna talk about it. But don't get in your feelings, all you gotta do is talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it. Come on, we can talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. It's the Ghost, aka G4. Let's talk about it. What's good? What's good? What's good, peoples?
Yo.
So hey, y'all see the panel tonight. I got my dog Mark Leezy. Y'all know we always doing some shit on here. You already seen this before.
Yeah.
I got the OG Unk in the building tonight with me. What's up?
Shut up.
You know we go get some wisdom. And I got Pharaoh Creed in this bitch. I already know him from the battle.
Word. Salute.
So you already see the panel. You see what it is. Y'all know what we're getting into. Everybody got a lot they want to say. So we gonna just jump on into this clip. We gonna do it different this time. We gonna just pull off to the side. We go all watch this little clip because it's like about 6 minutes long. What we need to see, but we can stop it in here and there and break it down as we go.
With his son King this past weekend. That's right, y'all. For those who missed it, a video went viral this Sunday showing King having a heated exchange with someone backstage. It got to the point where his mother tried to calm him down, and listen, it wasn't working. And eventually T.I. had to yoke him up, man. For those who missed the clip, check out this video and see what everyone is talking about.
You did. Ten little Falcons, you did. Gotcha. We going for the Saints though. The coaches coming. You gotta make a shoot for the coaches. Man, they ain't my coaches. See how I was playing yesterday on that field? I was supposed to be under one of these tunnels. You hear me? Number 10, playing for New Orleans Saints. King. Yeah. I see the referees.
You follow the.
I see the damn referees.
Okay, you guys go over. In line, single file, guys.
You did. We out here. Yeah. I need them Saints to win though, you hear me? I need them Saints to win. I'm out here so they see them Saints, you dig? They better respect my people. Y'all better respect my people. We don't do that, Atlanta. That's why he gonna miss. We don't do that, Atlanta. Y'all better respect my people. Yeah, do y'all shit. Where Michael Thomas? I want y'all to know, if y'all a Saints fan, don't worry. I talked to Alvin Kamara. He told me he got me. I spoke to Jameis Winston. If Cart get hurt, he's gonna do what he need to do, y'all. And the only niggas I didn't speak to is Marshawn Lattimore. I ain't speak to Marshawn. I ain't speak to Chris Olave. And I ain't speak to Hill, man, but we still gonna do what we need to do, man. And I'm just letting y'all know, Drake London might get 2 touchdowns. He told me he gonna get 1, but he said he definitely gonna get. He said he gonna get 2, but he's for sure gonna get 1.
King, have you ever woke up with a roach on your face?
Period. No, that's not the goal.
All right, then.
Exactly. Oh my God.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got in the neighborhood with me that broke up with roach in your ear. Y'all wanna go to the bando in my neighborhood? Do y'all wanna go to the bando? Listen, do y'all wanna go to the bando? To make him look better, he said that he know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Nigga, you did have a silver spoon.
Look, you used to have to come to my grandma's house because I'm getting in the fight.
You act like a baby to go to your grandmama's house.
Every day.
You to hold your breath.
Every day.
I don't want to be in these gates. I want to be outside in the neighborhood. That's why I want to be over there. But they don't understand that.
No, I'm going to tell you the reason why you want to be over there. Y'all ready? Because he can suck and pacify over there till he was 12 years old. He was sucking pacify till he was 12 years old. He didn't do that in the house.
He cried like a baby. Hold his breath.
Yeah.
They trying to say I was over there trying to suck a passy, but they ain't going to tell you everything like that. They trying to hide it.
Ain't nobody hiding it.
He capping. Hey. He know I stand on business. He know that. Ain't no nigga ever pull my car ever in life. I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood, I stand on business. I don't feel like you stand on business. Yeah. I've been stood on business. I've been stood on business. You want to hide it for the world, I'm going to put it out there for them to see.
Hey, man,
I want to put up nowhere. You ain't had me put up nowhere. Like, you ain't had me behind the mansion. I was outside doing what I wanted to do.
You was behind that till you cried.
No, I got too much to drink. I drunk too much. Let's go. Now, get mad because we say the South ain't the suburbs. Then he want to talk about some other like this being shit. Just being shit. No, I'm being real. You lying. You over here flagging. You're capping. You capping. You capping. I know you. You capping. I know you.
Ain't no mystery about here.
I know you though. I know you though. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
He talking like he's straight from the mud. How you doing, Miss Lady? How you doing?
Hey, happy Thursday.
Happy
Thursday to you too as well.
As y'all can see, man, he had to snatch him up. There was so many stories. Like they say he pushed his mama, then T.I. was trying to tussle with him. That's when you hear T.I. like, you can't do nothing with me. But I don't know. I already know what I want to say. I'm curious what the panel got to say. I got you know what I'm saying? So since you're the guest on the show, OG, we're gonna let you kick it off and let us know what you think, what's going on. What was
I might be the oldest on it. I'm the old man of the show. 50.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Good afternoon, Miss Lady. If I didn't speak, I think I spoke to everyone else. I think King is a victim to being rich, to being wealthy. And I think, King was raised up listening to his daddy rap about trap music, what's going on in trap music. And plus, he know his daddy don't been to prison before and stuff of that nature, don't been out in the street before. Right. So what I really believe King problem is that during the time that he was growing up watching his daddy and his daddy homeboys and all of them do their thing in Atlanta, because I was locked up with T.I. So I think he kind of got infatuated with what that lifestyle is like. See, let me see the difference between the rappers of the day and the rappers back in the days, like considering hip hop. A lot of things is being spoken in hip hop right now. A lot of people ain't living it, but at the same time, you can freely convince somebody through the internet. King is trying to find his way from up under his daddy's shadow, but he wants to experience what his daddy experienced, because a lot of times people feel the young males nowadays feel like to not be into something means they ain't about that life. That's why you always talking about standing on business. Standing on business. Well, what business is we actually talking about he's standing on? And not one time did he say what kind of business he was standing on that would solidify his separation from his father's identity based on his own. Right. See, he's trapped in his father's footsteps, but not recognizing that his father has already gotten out of that life.
That's what he was working for.
That's what he got embarrassed for. But during the line of succession, his pops didn't school him to let him know it's all right not to be a gangster. He couldn't have, because his perception of wanting to be a gangster wouldn't be so strong. He didn't just pick that up out of thin air. Remember, he's a wealthy child now. His parents put plenty of stuff in his life to occupy his time, occupy his mind as well.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to be in the big mansion and the big house, big yard. It ain't nothing to do.
He might have didn't want to be there. True indeed, but he still held on to his fantasies that he listened to his pops rap about his whole life.
Yep.
That he see in the video, that he see his pops partners their whole life. He don't been ear hustling to a bunch of dope conversations, gun conversations. He don't been ear hustling to a lot of privy, probably to see a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
But he been handcuffed and a wall was put in front of him that he shall not pass that wall until he get old enough to understand. But since he didn't understand what it is, he trying to breach that wall by himself. And his pops trying to stop him, but it's kind of like too late. Because the respect factor is gone.
But he's always been, he started this when he was 14. He wanted to drop out and he wanted a rap career at 14.
Because he already knew he was rich.
Right. And so let's not act like we don't glorify the gangsters in all movies, okay? Because the gangsters are our heroes.
That's right.
So because his dad was a gangster, who doesn't want to be a bad boy? Especially when you have all these fluffy pillows to help you when you fall. So
that's true.
It becomes an infatuation with, I want to be that so bad. And he just want to be a cool kid. But at the same time, there's a disconnect with the parenting that went on in that household. Because when I think it's so unfair that children have to be raised by their grandparents. And although your parents are providing a cushion life for you, you still have a feeling of abandonment.
Yeah.
So everyone needs to, and you know, Damani, like someone said in the comment, Damani has a totally different mother. See, both the King parents are celebrities. So what happens with a lot of celebrity kids, and if you notice a pattern with Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, their children feel lost in their shadows. They don't know who they are, but their parents need to build that self-esteem within them, right? But we get lost in the sauce, especially as Black people, because we don't get the counseling. We don't know how to communicate effectively. A lot of times we don't. Some parents will buy gifts instead of actually talk to their kids and make them work for it. So that, I think, is him crying out.
Yo, how old is he?
This is right here. This is it right here. He is not born in the era that we born in. Everybody in this chat, we born from the era where there is no child abuse.
How old is he, bro? How old
you go to sleep with whips, you bleed and all kind of shit. Your mama gonna whip your ass. Listen, at the end of the day, we are raised upon respect. 80s to 70s, I respect the fucking most because at the end of the day, that's what I was raised upon. Right? So at the end of the day, had he had a disrespect to his mama and that was my son, I would have folded his ass like fresh laundry. Right then and there.
But let's just say this, and I know a lot of black people don't agree with me. The reason y'all started beating y'all kids is because the slave master did it to y'all.
It ain't about beating. No. It ain't about beating. It ain't about that.
Earl Creed, hold on. I want to ask you say I wanted to get out what she said. I wanted to understand what she was saying first so you can get a full response.
She said the reason why we started beating our kids was because of slave masters, and I said that's not true.
Okay,
it's discipline.
Okay, then give her a chance to explain herself. Hold
on. Okay.
Because when you beat your children, what are you instilling in them? You're instilling fear. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Because in order to actually have respect for someone, they shouldn't have to fear you.
I don't want nobody to say that. I had to ask this one question after she's done.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
What happens when your child raises up and hits you though?
If you don't come, let me tell you. So I got beatings, right? That made me beat on other people. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a straight fucking bully. And the reason that I bullied kids is because I felt like I got bullied at home. I raised my son completely different. I raised him with communication. I raised him, he was able to speak with respect, right? Because respect is set while they're children. And a lot of black households are so toxic. Y'all feel like beating y'all kids is a beautiful thing. It's not. It's fucking traumatizing is what it is.
It's not beautiful at all. At the end of the day.
Let me say this real quick.
Go ahead.
Sister, let me say this first of all. In this day and time versus the times back in the days, discipline is quite different. When you're talking about beating a person, we're not going to use the word beating. We're going to use the word discipline because that's the grown level communication. We're talking about raising.
That's the CPS version.
No parent that I know of is running through here beating their kids. Now, if you're beating your kids, that's a level of abuse that will trigger you to have a mental inability to understand, first of all, why that is wrong to be abusive like that. Because you're used to it. But there's a different level of discipline that we as black families endure through spankings. In my household, I got spankings, but I ain't spanked my children when I raised them.
I swear to God.
Now I stand attentive to say that to each his own, because you did say the word beating. When you say the word beating, that sounds like abuse to me. Now
it is abuse. It is a form of abuse.
When you start saying black men, you got to be careful what kind of bucket you put all black men in.
I didn't say black men.
Yes, you said us black men. The reason we beat our children because we were taught to beat our children by how we were beat.
But mothers and fathers beat.
I'm not feeling out what you're saying because I respect what you're saying. Because
no, that's definitely respect.
The only way that we are to understand the triggers that bring about the behavior is to first of all understand the pattern of the behavior. So it's okay if you think that's the pattern of behavior, but the pattern of behavior you're speaking about is abuse, which beating is abuse. So therefore, when you're dealing with an abusive situation, you can get the greatest turmoil possible out of that situation.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you how this shit goes. The man said it himself. He said, I started off running. My son will be driving. My grandchild will be flying. By the time it gets to my great-grandchild, he'll be walking again. That's how it's supposed to go.
That's right.
So what
you get what I'm trying to tell you? At the end of the day, you get to a point where you don't know what I've been through. It's some shit that I got to take to my grave that I haven't told you that I've been through to put you in this house. To put you in the position to where you can be able to say nothing. That chain around your neck, I bought that.
I understand.
The house that you living in, I bought that.
You know the things that
no, listen, hold on, wait a minute. As far as the whole beating thing, I used to get beat. It wasn't abuse because I knew I was wrong. You feel what I'm saying? But it wasn't to the fact that it wasn't no abuse. That's what I'm talking about. We ain't talking about no child abuse or nothing like that. We talking about an old school ass.
Hold on, Pharaoh. Hold on. Beating and abuse is two different things. Now,
exactly. That's what I was saying.
Hold on. Let me finish speaking. You gotta be able to hear. Conversation is people.
Go ahead.
Everybody points. So beating and abuse. Do I think discipline is good? Do I think that's part of the problem? Besides what all the facts that Mimi and OG Unk made on the point, and you, Pharaoh Creed, all that is into it together. But only thing I don't agree with is the discipline. I think once you become, like you say, if it's beating, then it's more like abuse. I'd have had some women that turned into abuse, so I know how it's discipline, but
that's right.
Some form of discipline is needed because you can't tell me, Mimi, that the difference in how we raise and how our generation and even the generation right up under us compared to the last few generations now, the lack of discipline in the house is a problem. Now, we just got to understand we got to keep the balance between abuse and some type of discipline.
So listen, Bo, I got twins, bro. I got twins, fam. And you know what happens? If they miss a day of school, they call in my house. That's how in tune they are with our kids. You know what was discipline back when we was raised? You miss school, I gotta find out from somebody around the neighborhood that sent your child out somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to tell you is this right here, bro.
How old are your twins?
It's not. Listen to what I'm saying. It's not the fact that he's rich. It's not the fact that T.I. is rich. It's not the fact that he had to grab his children up because everybody gonna think it's wrong. Everybody gonna think it's wrong because you know why? The generation.
Hey,
we live in a different generation.
Hey, check this out, though.
We live in a different generation. We live in a different generation. At the end of the day, when I was coming up, and I know everybody in here can say this, the neighborhood could beat your kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Period.
And then you got, when you went home, you got to beat because the
day,
neighbor don't call and told them what you did.
Right.
And you got to
get another
right. And then you're gonna get another ass whipping when you get home.
Check it out though, because I've been quiet for a minute. I've been listening.
Yeah, go ahead. Speak your piece.
Go ahead, bro. Speak, bro.
Okay. Y'all want it sounds like everybody want him to just kick King ass, right? He started to. It just King was on he was on social media. You can't do that on social media with who he is.
Exactly.
Now, hold up, because I was listening to everybody. That dude,
I was agreeing with him.
He acted out. I believe the little nigga acted out just because he had that camera going. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's the only reason he acted out. His dad was like, nigga probably didn't give a fuck about that camera. I believe T.I. kick his kid's ass. I know he did, bro. You know,
I believe he did too.
Y'all ain't rich. T.I. rich. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all ain't rich. T.I. rich. Exactly.
Y'all ain't rich, bitch. He rich. And he showed them niggas that for a little bit, nigga, ain't shit you can do with me.
but the bottom line is, what you gonna do with me?
He should have been. They should have been carrying his ass out because the push.
You can't do that on camera.
Push his mom.
You can't do that on camera.
The disrespect level, I wouldn't have been able to control myself.
Bo, tell me that you would have acted calm in that situation. Please tell me
that. First off, if King was my son, y'all, to be real, me and King would not even got to all the way to that point.
Exactly.
Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, y'all. There's a certain level of humbleness that a man must keep when it's dealing with his kids or anybody.
Goddamn right.
But there is a level of restraint a man must let go of before it gets too toxic. Now, see, me and King, before me and King or any of my sons that I got now ever got to that point to where the hands we got put on, because see, one thing about it, wants to get to that point to where you openly disrespecting me, and you didn't back down, then I gotta feed you to the sharks.
That's what I'm saying. When you get to that point, like that's what I'm saying. When you get to that point, you have a level of respect.
That's right.
And obviously, you cross that level of respect. Obviously, you cross that level of respect. When I tell you to calm down, your mama done tried to calm you down. You disrespected your mama, and I'm telling you to calm down. You crossed that level of respect. Now I can't talk to you like a son. I gotta talk to you like a man.
But then one more thing. T.I., let me tell you something. When I was listening to all that, T.I. and Tiny, first of all, they gotta know their son like they're supposed to know their son. And they know that the society is already jugging at their son anyway, because he out here trying to be something he's not. So as being a parent, they shouldn't have been pronging that on anymore, saying the things they were saying about the pacifier and all that stuff. Because one thing about it, if you're going to do that, you don't do that around people that he might not even be cool with. It was all kind of people listening to them humiliate him. So
that's why I said it goes both ways.
Don't poke the bear. Now everybody has.
That's why I say it goes both ways. Don't talk about somebody. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. Don't talk about being gangster, but when you put the titty in his mouth the whole time,
he wrong for pronging his son.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Mimi.
Okay, so there was a clip. Remember, they had a show on one of the networks.
I used to watch it.
Okay, so
Family Hustle or something like that.
Family Hustle.
I think what Family Hustle.
Okay, so this is the thing that happens with a lot of households, especially with women thinking that they're in control, especially when it comes to boys, right? A lot of times we baby our male children, right? We baby our sons. Right. And there's a clip where King is upset and the women are trying to coddle him, and clearly T.I. is like, let him go. Yep. Let him go, feel whatever he's feeling.
I saw that saying.
Let him go, deal with his emotions as a man.
Right.
Why do you think they call it a mama's boy?
So it is, but at the same time, you have to understand the women sometimes are the problem.
That's right.
Because we step in too much. And a lot of times we don't let the man do what the man needs to do for his son. We can only birth these boys.
Hallelujah.
Many of them.
Hallelujah.
That's what I'm saying. It goes both ways. That's what I'm saying. It goes both ways. It goes both ways because
that's real.
No, seriously, she is telling the fucking truth. Because at the end of the day, it goes both ways.
Think about it. If a man can't raise his child without the interactions of a woman, whether it be the mama, granny, sister, he gonna not have the full communication he needs. So whenever that son ready to be back down,
well, listen,
he's straight the fucking mama.
Listen, hold on,
straight the mama.
Cree, hold on. How old is King? How old is he?
I think
King is what? King is what? 22.
16? No. He 20. Wait, is he 22? I thought he was 20. Just turned 21.
King is 22.
Well, he can't get beat no more. Now he can just get hands put on.
That's it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Ain't nobody
you a grown ass man now.
Listen, ain't nobody got time for his tantrums. He get flipped.
Bro, you a grown ass man now. The moment that you get out of line, first of all, you disrespected your mama in front of me. Me and your mama raised you to be a respectable man and do what the fuck you supposed to do.
The parents
the moment that you disrespect your mama, it's over with.
He's 19.
What's up,
Listen now. Listen, y'all.
19 is old enough to get beat the fuck up.
We all can't talk. Listen, we're not going to be productive if everyone is talking at the same time. That's not productive.
Okay, I'll raise my hand. Y'all let me know when.
So if we're going to talk, especially with the audience listening, they're not going to be able to get anything out of it if we're talking on top of each other.
And now that you have the floor, go ahead and say what you got to say, sweetheart. You just made it perfectly clear. Say what you got to say.
Okay, so let's just say this. Back to what I was saying. A lot of women are the causes of why these boys are so soft. We need to know how to take the step back and let a man discipline his son the way he feels that he should, because we're emotional creatures compared to y'all. Y'all have a totally different way of thinking. So a lot of times women really need to take a step back and let these men handle the boys.
She is definitely right. I ain't gonna lie to you. I see no faults in that.
Okay, now let me say this. That household might have been different than the normal black household. Because while T.I. is an entertainer during the time that King was growing up, Tiny been out of with Escape, but T.I. was doing a lot more stuff that's going on around the world. So Tiny was kind of left with a lot of attentive moments with King. So that household would be different, but you're 100% right with what you're saying. Only thing I'm saying is this to the state of being is that where I fought T.I. from being the man that he should have been, he knew his son is a man now. Now, what I've heard him and
he's
him
19.
Doing, pronging.
He a grown ass man.
He's a young man. I wouldn't say a grown ass man.
Well, let's say a young man who.
All right, so let's not forget it's a man at the end of that though.
Do you feel coming? Yeah, a young man who think he's a grown man.
But it's a difference.
He's not grown.
Between a 19-year-old young man and a 35-year-old.
If you're able to understand what the hell is going on, bro, come on, bro.
But do you
see? Only thing I'm saying, y'all, is this: is that T.I. could have did better than he did as well as a father. Not to edge his son on, to put his son in a difficult position to have to defend his own integrity in front of all those people out there.
Right.
But one thing about it, T.I.'s older, and T.I.'s more smart intellectually to understand when to back down. You are pronging an individual, which is your son. Who's already got ego problems. He already got ego problems. You know your own son, so you should know what to say and not to say. So they didn't make the situation any better. That's all I can honestly say.
So you saying from T.I. perspective, he could have handled that better. It shouldn't even got to that point. He should have already knew. He should have.
I don't see. Hey, listen, I might be wrong, but I don't think T.I. was wrong. I don't think T.I. was wrong.
Because your mindset says he's a grown man. And I think a lot of parents go wrong.
Of the day, when you challenge another man, listen, you're sitting there.
Go ahead, lay your plane, Ma.
I got
You're over talking everybody, Pharaoh Creed. Everybody can't say what they need to say with you over talking. You still talking. You don't even realize you're muted. You gotta calm down, bro. You over talking everybody. You jumping on everybody's conversation. Nobody can't even land the plane. OG trying to talk, you can't talk. Me trying to talk. Mo ain't even getting that in.
I ain't got
all have a conversation together, brother.
I'm like, oh my goodness. But look, all I'm gonna say is about what he was about to say is listen. T.I. ain't wrong. He ain't know that little nigga was gonna act like that. He probably listen, them niggas be clowning, and he just ripped on that nigga in front of a couple people where Buddy ain't feel comfortable about it. He even told him, you embarrassing yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you embarrassing the Harris man. Look at you, you embarrassing yourself. And then he, he flipped out, but T.I. wasn't wrong. It ain't got nothing to do with parenting. That little nigga was embarrassed because his social media went crazy on him. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you know who was out there when T.I. went off? Every ATL legend was there because T.I. them had performed for the 50-year hip-hop anniversary in Atlanta. I'm talking about from Rich Homie Quan. I'm talking about everybody who doing something in Atlanta, that did something in Atlanta, was, and is now, was all back in that tunnel when King was getting shined by T.I. Now, I'm not saying T.I. can't shine his son, bro. But if you go back and you listen to that, how him and Tiny, come on, man, no grown man wants to be exposed talking about you was sucking on a pacifier till you was 12.
It's stuff
like that, man.
The world's gonna handle him as a grown man after 18.
This a parent. You a parent, right? You with your kid, your fellas round. Of course, he done met all these people you name. I know he done met all these people you named before, and they done played around before. They done told, man, that's Lil King. Yeah, you 19, nigga. You around 40-year-olds. Yeah, you nigga, you was on the passy. Around us, nigga, you the passy nigga.
I mean, we cool with that though. We cool with that. We the nigga come from those.
You feel what I'm saying?
But the mama said
we can handle that.
Mama said what?
She
The
definitely
mama-
can fuck with it.
Exactly. The mama said what?
Anything.
The mama brought up the pacifier thing. That's
Yeah, you're right.
to
No,
me,
she did.
He a
To
mom.
me-
It goes back to that clip that you was talking about, because I saw the exact same clip where he was in the kitchen. It was like the mama, his mama, his mama. It was like all the aunties. He was like, "Stop babying him," and then when he walked out, he was like, "Let him go, let him deal with that anger." And I remember seeing that same clip.
My thing is this, bro.
I was trying to find that clip because I couldn't find that shit. I saw it the other day. I thought I had.
So at the end of the day, everybody is in agreement with everybody gonna take disrespect from their son because they above age.
No, he's a
Because
man
at the
now,
end of the
though.
day,
He's
this is what the
like a
fuck
man,
I'm
and I
saying.
wouldn't take it. I mean, but
You're 19 years old. You're 19 years old, and I got respect and love for you.
19? I thought y'all said he was
He's
22.
19.
Oh, okay.
That's what she said. I don't know what, but she 19. You 19 years old, fam. At the end of the day, I'm sitting here sparing you because you my son.
Well,
Period.
And he has room.
And no. Hold up. I'm not done. Everybody got on me because I was talking over everybody, but everybody want to talk on me.
Go ahead, brother. Apologize.
Go ahead, Farrell Creed. Land your plane. If that bitch can land.
The plane is going fucking land. I promise you that. Listen, at the end of the day, like, okay, it's 2 points that I got to make. She said the man must take point in this right here, right?
Right.
Okay. You gotta understand what this man been through. He ain't been through that shit. So he trying to make a point to see and prove to everybody that he is this father's son. Oh, I'm a trap nigga too. Nigga, you ain't been in no trap. Nigga, you was in the private school. You in the private school. You ain't never been there.
Hold up.
You a real street nigga. You stand on business. Business what? Business what? Okay, we got that point over with. Now we talking about this. You got your wife. Think about this, bro. I wouldn't give a damn, bro. You talking about standing on business, that's family orientated. I would be damned if I let my son disrespect my motherfucking wife.
Okay,
period.
Check this out, Creed. Check this out. That's cool. Hey, Eda, he put the link in the comment section if you want to join. That's Alicia. That's my sister, man. She wanted to jump on, dog.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Ain't no way in hell. You can call it child abuse or whatever the fuck you want to call it, bro, but I'd be damned if a nigga disrespect my wife. I wouldn't give a damn.
Okay, so let's just say a lot of the reason that he's at that level is because of the mama. And this is the thing too. He already has issues with the media because he's lashing out, right? The mama dead ass wrong for him putting that out.
I had to come save him. Yeah, definitely.
So I think the mom is dead wrong for putting it out there because that only gives us strangers, complete strangers, access to now calling him a pacifier sucker, and that's why his mouth's so big, and it just opens up
Pandora's box.
And that's what the fuck is the problem. Pandora's box. That's the problem. Family business is family business.
Family business is family business, man.
But at the same
family business is family business.
But you remember now. Go ahead, sister.
At the same time, I feel like because the government has put into y'all head once y'all 18, y'all considered adults, that y'all feel like I'm going to deal with you as a grown ass man. Think about what your mental was at 18 and 19 years old. You're not fucking grown. You're still fucking lost. And a lot of men go through a transition into becoming adults. That's when your mind get all fucked up. You go through depression because you are now transitioning into becoming a man and you have no fucking clue how to deal with your emotions. No, you're not fucking grown at 19. You're not. And you still need the guidance of your parents. I get tired of Black people putting their children out when they're not fucking ready to deal with real life.
Yeah, I was working a full-time job at 16.
The one thing that the white people do is set their fucking children up. and we lack in the Black community was setting our children up for them to get on their feet and not fucking have to fail and rob and steal because we consider them fucking grown at 18 just because they've been through high school.
Can I ask you a question?
Let me say this right here. That's easily to be said, but during times and generations, baby mamas have gotten younger and baby fathers have gotten younger.
I said
so the process and the understanding of how to be a parent has been lost a long time ago, sister.
That's true.
Ain't no sister sitting down holding class to teach these young sisters how to be mamas. Not even how to be wives. Not even how to be house girlfriends, decent females to go get a job.
Motherfuckers having kids at 15.
The next man get it, the next man don't get it.
See,
now,
I was having kids at 15.
Hold on. Because when you start trying to speak about what's in a man's mind, that means you understand a man freely when you're a woman. And if you understand a man freely from a woman, you came from a man's rib. You don't even understand your own ways because God says, for the ways of a woman are not known to her, for he directs her path. So before you can start trying to speak a man's mind, now I'm not disrespecting you, hold up. Some of the way you talking is like you telling us this is why this is happening to the Black man. No, there is issues in the Black man that come from mama and daddy. But generations change, times change, people produce different products out here. See, what's going on in society now might not be what's going on in society when we grew up. It definitely wasn't. Grandparents, you got 35-year-old grandparents. You got 35-year-old grandparents. 35-year-old grandparents.
Grandmama 27.
The mama's already 16.
The food don't even taste the same no more. Goddamn, they don't know nobody.
The mamas and the daughters party in the club together. The sons and the fathers smoking weed together. They going on capers together. See, when I raised up, I couldn't come in the grown folk room when they was doing grown folk things.
Facts.
Man, this shit's so different. I know what time it is when the street light come on.
We can speak about what happened to the Black man, but guess what we have to first of all do? We have to generally, how do we say, generationalize that right there, because the Black man ain't lost. The Black man ain't lost. We just ain't caught up with the times.
And the motherfuckers that supposed to teach us lost their way.
Black women ain't helping us one bit by complaining and steady having kids from niggas who ain't gonna be good fathers.
Come on, man. Talk.
See, one thing about it, you got a choice when you lay down and let a man put it in you.
All right. It's a fucking choice.
Ain't no sense of getting up with it in you. And they talk about how doggy that nigga been.
A pregnancy is all on a woman?
A pregnancy is all on a
woman. Listen. If it was anything else, it'd be rape.
I ain't said that, sister, but guess what? Since you're going to carry it 9 months and he's responsible for everything that you eat, breathe, and sleep and shit, don't you think it should be all on the woman?
You think so?
I'm asking you a question. Since you're the one,
calm down.
Listen,
calm down.
I'm not upset with you. This is the way I communicate. But listen, first of all, let me let you know me. I don't get upset by things. Debating, I love debating. But righteously speaking, this is where we're going. This is where we're going. All I'm saying to you is that a woman, when God created a woman from man's rib, he created her as a helper. You know what that means? That when a man don't make the right decision, she make it. Now, therefore, what I'm saying to you is that I'm not blaming the woman for bringing bad seed in the world. What I'm saying is I'm blaming the woman for deciding to bring seed in the world.
So should we abort y'all motherfuckers?
No. What you can do is make a man wear a condom.
We can.
What you gotta go to? What you can do is get yourself on some birth control.
So it's all up to the woman. Wait.
What you can do is get you a shot, get that little thing that go up in there that catch that stuff.
Are you done? Can I get a word in?
Yes, ma'am. You sure can.
As the fucking woman that carry y'all motherfuckers for 9 months, this is the thing. A lot of times we don't talk about the sexual abuse that women go through. Black families like to sweep that shit under the fucking rug. Do you know how many unwanted pregnancies came into the household when I told them Uncle Joe was fucking touching me, but they told me to keep that shit on a hush because they didn't want Uncle Joe to fucking go to jail. So y'all blaming it on a woman when innocent.
No.
You know how many women.
No, honey.
There's so many women. There's so many women.
It's not blamed on a woman.
Sweetie,
because
let
the argument.
Let her land a plane. I just
go ahead, and please y'all let me respond because she making it feel like I'm blaming her, but I just want her to clarify what I actually was saying to her. Go ahead and say what you're saying, and I promise you, I'm gonna clear it up the way you won't have to feel hostile about what I said. But go ahead and say what you're saying, please.
This is the thing. Okay. Black men blame black women for everything. Right? Oh, and y'all say, y'all say that we don't have y'all back. Y'all say
it's 4 men up here. We gotta let her speak a piece.
Hey, look, I got my sister on the phone. She won't, you know, I just send her the link. She gonna come in.
I ain't said nothing. I respect her opinion 100%. Come on, sugar. Come on.
We ain't trying to attack no woman. No.
Come on. You're welcome. You're welcome. Because I'm gonna learn something from you. Come on. You're welcome.
Okay, so before a man injects a woman with his fucking sperm, that's your choice also. Because let me tell you something, when we get pregnant that day, we don't have control over if the sperm is going to fertilize the egg. So yes, we carry the children for 9 months. Yes. But like if we aborted y'all, then y'all blame us for that. Or we killing babies. But then you're saying it's the woman's responsibility, like men don't know what the fuck happens when you insert your penis in a woman's vagina? Come on, man.
Ma'am, listen, at the end of the day, when it comes time for it, in certain situations where a woman has no control over that shit. Okay, rape, yeah, definitely. That's no control.
Bingo.
I get that. Right? But at the end of the day, when a woman open their motherfucking legs and it's consensual, what can you say now?
That's what women do.
How am I playing victim? What I'm speaking on is fucking facts.
Mimi.
It ain't no victim playing.
Mimi.
She's speaking on the other side of it.
Let me say this, Mimi. Let me say this, Mimi, if you will, please, sister. Only thing I was saying, Mimi, is that when women speak about having control, that means a woman has to take full control. What I mean by that,
has full control. She got to open her legs.
Let me tell you about not just opening your legs, sister. When a woman lets a man lay down with her, it's either for money or infatuation. Those are the two things that they first lay down with a man for. Not love, because they never know whether they're gonna love him afterwards or not. It's infatuation or money. You either like something about him that you want to get close to him that allowed him to sleep with you, and it definitely ain't love, like I said. Or it's a business deal. Now, let me say this right here. I said those are the two ways that a woman lays down. I ain't say forcefully lay down or not. Now, if we're going to speak about women that lay down for a profit, those women go around with condoms in their pocketbook.
Exactly.
Now, if we're going to speak about a woman who lays down with a man based on affection, and she don't make him strap up, she knows that anything can come out of that, not only a baby, but an STD.
Exactly.
Now, we not saying this because if you relinquish control, like I was giving you just then, sister, then why am I telling you you should be in control of your body if a man can tell you what to do with it? That's the same thing we're going through with the politics right now. They trying to take abortion away from y'all. Trying to tell transsexuals they can't do this. See, that's what's going on in the world right now. When you turn on the news, that's the stuff that y'all are voting against right now. Y'all are voting so men can't tell you what to do with your body, sister. Which is what you're sitting here telling me that men have been doing, obviously, to you, because you sound very angry about it that somebody has been controlling.
This is where I think where the balance comes. Do I think the women have control over because they have control over whether the baby's gonna, whether they get pregnant, whether the baby get born, whether
they don't.
So that's why I say the woman has the control over
it.
That's what I meant by that, because at the end of the day, it's your decision. If you let a man, some of these dudes, now some men, they gonna scrap up regardless. That's just how they are.
Bingo.
You got men that if you let them hit that thing wrong, they gonna hit that thing wrong. So
to decide
whether you let that man lay with you without that condom or not. That's why I say when it comes down to it.
So men have no responsibility in the act.
Yes.
No.
Yes. It's not that men don't have no responsibility in the act.
Hold on, fellas. We can't all talk at the same time. Hold on. Men, you say men don't have no responsibility in the act. When it comes down to that, yeah, if he want to be responsible, like I say, some men will scrap up. But when it comes down to that, when you know you're going to solely be responsible for carrying the child, you got to make sure you're in the right health to be able to carry the child for 9 months.
Right.
If you don't board out bastard ass.
Bro, listen. The moment that you slide up in that wall, you know what you're responsible for.
You have to let him finish talk, bro.
Oh, man. You got to carry the child. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? If he don't want to be involved, or if he want to be a deadbeat, or if he ain't mature enough or whatever, then you got to be the one to take care of the child. The child's going to be there with you. So at the end of the day, I think more of the fault is always going to be on the women when it comes to decide whether you have a baby or whether you get in that position or not. That's what I was saying. Because it comes down to the women at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You got a great...
You're not going to fuck yourself, bro.
In certain situations, like say if you got an NFL player, just, you know, a star, somebody you know, of course a woman gonna want to get pregnant by him. Boom, that's your meal ticket. So you know what I'm saying? So they control that in all kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? We do that every day.
Let me say this to you, sister.
My sister want to get in here to come help her out.
Okay.
Mimi.
And this goes out to all women.
Hey, my sister backstage too, bro.
Listen, I welcome them all, and I'm gonna hush up after I say this. Mimi, the only thing I'm saying is that when you're dealing with a situation as delicate as a man and a woman having intercourse, you definitely got to know that you're gonna be in control, because I'm gonna bring this spiritual from a spiritual. And I want you to understand this. For one, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian, and other people might not be, but I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible. And the Bible, a woman birthing a child is God's punishment for what Eve did in the garden.
Punishment? Okay.
Yes. Listen, honey.
Get me in here.
Listen to me, honey. You can go in Genesis and read it. I'll take you there. But listen, honey.
Yeah.
See, everybody.
Listen, honey. Listen.
Yeah.
That was childbearing was the curse for Eve's deception against God in the Bible. That's the closest y'all are gonna come to death that it is.
Yeah, shifting to get real.
Having a baby is the closest that you're gonna come to dying. You know what real death is like when you're having a child. If you had one, you know how painful it was. It felt like you wanted to give up. And when you wanted to give up, guess what kept you going? That child kept beating in you and saying, I need to get out of there. Because if that child wasn't beating in you another heartbeat to give you the strength, you would have died right there. See, you got to understand what spiritual sense is when God gives you the ability to breathe.
Hold up, OG. You about lost me there.
Let me tell you. When a woman has a child in her body, she has 2 lives.
Yeah.
Once that child heartbeat starts to beat, it actually makes her strong enough to deliver that child into this world. Because
in other words, it made it strong enough for you to come in here.
Because God cursed woman to be on her deathbed while she's bearing a child. That's the closest that she is going to come to losing her life ever. In this world.
How is the woman? The woman is the portal to the earth.
We're going to let her go.
The woman is the portal to the earth. That's the only way you're going to get here, bro.
Guess what?
Listen,
honey.
Name one woman that had a child by themselves.
A woman was created in this world from a man's rib.
It's not like
this. And they are to bond. Listen, honey, please. They are to bond to be fruitful and multiply. That's what God. That's what God ordered the world to do. Be fruitful and multiply.
Well, that sounds beautiful. That sounds beautiful for something you may sound like death.
No,
that sounds beautiful. For something you may sound like death.
No, baby. Guess what?
I'm done. Hey, listen, bro.
Listen, honey. But I didn't make nothing sound like death. I gave you what Scripture say, honey.
You interpreted what you thought the Scripture said.
No, baby, I can take it. Listen, baby. Hey, all you gotta do is go read.
You interpreted.
Are you
Bro,
scared?
And
you set
everybody
me up.
has their own interpretation, and that's
Well,
okay.
baby,
I
the
ain't gonna
spirit
lie,
knows all
Mo.
things. I can't tell
Before
That's
you
you
what to
set,
know,
okay.
what
set
not to
me up,
know, and
bro.
what to believe and what not to
Thank
believe.
you, bro. I
We're
appreciate that.
openly out here giving our interpretations on this podcast. So guess what? If you don't accept what I said, that's
And
fine.
I have no problem with that. I just said that.
That's fine. I appreciate.
What's your take on it then, Alicia?
How you doing, Miss Alicia?
I'm doing fine. Hi, everybody.
What up? What up?
What's
Definitely
going on? What's going on with you? What's going on?
You know, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. You said some really good things tonight. You really did on the situation with T.I., his son, and I've been hearing, through all y'all have made some very good points on a lot of things, and that's really you all on here. You all talking, having conversations about it, and we all not gonna agree, and that's okay. But you getting a different perception of stuff. And sometimes you need that, because just because one person told you something doesn't mean that's always the truth. Everybody has their own truth, and that's okay, because we all go through different experiences in life, And as far as a man, a woman birthing a baby and a man, all that conversation right there, I'm gonna tell you like this: we all different. Everybody go through their own experiences and look at life different. That don't mean it's wrong. Wrong is wrong and right is right. But if it was no harm done, there's no wrong. We live life, we learn, and we learn from the experiences, and we're not gonna all go through the same. So I can't say how you learn something and how I learn something gonna correlate, but I'm gonna listen to what you got to say. And I'm gonna put what I learned and use as a tool in my toolbox to understand this world, because we all don't know everything. We don't have all the answers, and that's okay. But we got to be able to recognize that and be able to talk civil and understand our triggers, because I don't see some triggering going on here tonight.
I don't think anybody got triggered. I think
we
a lot of
all
emotion.
from love.
Good,
I'm
healthy
gonna make sure I keep it respectful on here.
But guess what? G4? I don't know what she might have seen that, but I seen a bunch of good, healthy energy. Because guess what? Everybody still is on the podcast.
Yes.
Nobody was calling out their name.
And I'm not
Nobody
saying
told
that.
you shut up. Nobody was done that. I think it was good, healthy energy. Just at
it was a couple shut ups.
Well, it might have been, but guess what? The energy was still healthy because everybody kind of toned it back down upon their own.
All right, let me
you can humble yourself and control your own. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Let me let my sis go chime in. Go ahead, sis.
What up, sis?
Yeah, because you look, everybody know I'm G baby sister. So if you don't know, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm the Gemini of my brother, literally. So I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it 100. I literally had to pull my fucking car over listening to old boy. Like, I'm just gonna come on and keep it 100. I don't like none of the shit he was saying. I don't even know who he is. So I'm gonna just go ahead.
That's OG Unk, man. That's OG Unk.
I'm just saying.
We got triggered.
Hey, look, yes, sir. I was driving and I pulled over. I called my brothers. I literally said, send me the link.
That's what I said.
Send me the link. Because I came in at the big piece, the tail end of it. So before I go into it and dive on top of people's heads or a person's head or whatever, just to keep it 100. What was the question? Because I just want to make sure I'm listening to what the responses was. What was the question?
What we was talking about, we was talking about the T.I. thing, then it turned T.I.'s son with the discipline and rich. Then
okay, what I heard was it was a woman's. Is the whole carrying the baby is basically all on the woman. And
yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
So you got the trigger. So we got 3 triggers on the bottom.
Shit.
I didn't say that.
Oh yes, you did.
I thought I
That's the part that I heard.
That's the part that I heard. That's the part that you didn't hear me say that now.
Yeah, so OG Unk did say that. I said that.
That's not what
No. I didn't hear your part, G. I didn't hear your part, G. I heard him where he
you
was
didn't hear me say that though. That ain't what I said.
Heard his part where he came in and pretty much was saying it's on us, and then if so, we have to do everything and we're responsible for everything because that's
the thing about that. You came in and guess what? When you come in, Guess what I advise you as a
Did y'all not hear that?
Paying attention for a lot of people. When you come in,
oh, you heard it
attention
too,
to what
right?
you hear.
That's why I came at him aggressive.
You came at him aggressively with the whole that we are 9 out of 10. A lot of people don't necessarily ask to become pregnant because of certain situations. I'm not going to repeat what you said. So I know what I look. I may be. I know, but no, what I'm saying is, I know, basically, she said, I heard exactly what I heard because she heard the same thing. So unless we was on a different podcast looking, I mean, you've been talking the whole entire time. One thing about me, I'm a Gemini. I can overtalk you. I can overtalk you anytime, day, anywhere.
We go.
But I just want to know what the question is, G. G, what the question is? G, what is the question? G. Can you, because like I said, I came in at the tail end, bits and pieces with the part that I did hear, I did not agree to. I didn't agree to him, but I understand what the young lady was saying. So I want to know what the question was.
No, it wasn't necessarily a question. We were just going into conversation about the T.I. thing that we got into, basically raising our kids and how we was raised, and how I was raised. Then it got into they got into some, Unc was getting into some Bible verses, and then we was talking about the kids getting
be fruitful and multiply, but that means a whole lot. But you got to know the Bible.
Actually, she spoke, and I just said she was right. Everything she said, I said she was right.
Can you go ahead, G, and finish what you were saying, G?
No, he was saying that everything that she was saying, he was agreeing with it. It was just the way he was saying it. You know what I'm saying? I guess the way he took. I think you took some of what he was saying and what I was saying and mixed it up into two. Because
I didn't hear anything you said. Like I said, when I came on, it was more of him talking. And I just didn't agree with a lot of stuff he was saying.
I know what she. I think I know what she said she heard. And when he was talking about basically pretty much like, you a woman, your choice, your life, your body.
Yeah, pretty much.
On the lines of that.
Yeah.
But the way he said it.
Let her finish.
Ashley, is that your name, baby? Ashley? Alicia. I'm sorry, Alicia. Can you please explain exactly? Yeah, because please.
But the way he said it, it was a little twisted. You know what I'm saying? So basically, we get it. Our body, our choice, and we don't have to fight for that recently to make that decision.
That's all I was saying.
But you said it.
I didn't. I said exactly how you said it.
It was something about you buy everything. You responsible for stuff.
What you said? Wait a minute. I can't see. What's your name, baby, in the white? Because you said it when he said about responsibility and
So basically, I was saying. So y'all basically putting it all on the woman, like a man doesn't know what happens when the sperm leaves his body. I get tired of men saying that it's all on us when you have a choice.
Agreed to that.
When you have a choice,
everybody knows what sex do, what it can do. As you grown, if you grown, you know you have unprotected sex. Yes, you can have a baby. So at the end of the day, whether you was high, drunk, or stupid, whatever you was, you knew when you laid down without no condom what the end result could possibly be. Everybody in that situation should. That's what grown folks do.
Right.
You doing a grown act, then you
well, well, my tidbit is my thing is, yeah, it's our body, our choice at the end of the day. But like she said, when you lay down with somebody, even the guy know, especially if most guys, the first dumbass, and excuse my language, line they want to sit and say, even if you mention a rubber to them, oh, I don't like them or whatever, oh, I know how to pull out bullshit. But then when that does happen, and then the baby, when the baby end up being produced or whatever, then now all of a sudden it's the woman's responsibility. No, when the woman was being, that's why I say it's certain situations that you never know what the situation is. So it's certain situations where they was trying to be the responsible one, but the man thinking with the other hand, not thinking. No, hey, I just popped on. Nope.
But see, when y'all get hit with child support, y'all act like y'all surprised.
Exactly.
Y'all act like y'all surprised.
So if it's gonna be our responsibility, since we still got to do all this, then you shouldn't get mad when we go down there.
Ladies,
to the office
real quick.
Go to the office. Go to the office. Go to the. I'm gonna finish what I'm gonna say. When we go down there to the office, like she was saying, y'all will get upset.
Let you go. He gonna go after you.
Y'all get upset and say, oh, the man is being done wrong or nothing like that. At the end of the day, you knew a man and a woman know what they're doing when they lay down. So no, it's not the woman's all responsibility. It's not all on her. It's on both of them, point blank, period. Because at the end of the day, she didn't sit there and fuck herself. Point blank, period.
If that's the number, let me call bullshit, because I call bullshit.
Whatever, you can call bullshit all you want to. I got another one too.
Okay.
I can call it too. I got
I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the day, yeah. I said it. I put, you know, I ain't gonna say put my foot in my mouth, but yeah, we both know, you both as men and women know, you lay down, you do what you're doing. But and it's a choice. It's a choice. So if you lay down and you know that man say what you say, he ain't had no rub or whatever, then that's a choice you're making to say, you know what, this nigga ain't really love me. He don't really like me.
A lot of times we don't even know what love is at that point.
Yeah,
exactly.
you know what I'm
But
saying?
you're
You just in this.
But you also gotta look at it. A lot of people are young minded. A lot of people are young.
Let me hear what
a lot of people are young minded.
Let me hear what your brother's saying, because I want to hear what the man say right for what I'm finna say right now, because I'm a perspective person, so I'm looking at it both perspectives. So I get it, because if he told you that and you still made the choice to lay down with,
no, I was just making that as an example. I was just using that as one of the. I wasn't saying it. I was just using that as one of an example.
Hold on, OG. Go ahead, OG.
No.
Okay, ladies, no disrespect to you, ladies, and to each and every one of you. If I offended you, let me speak to you first of all like this. With a man with a wife and daughters, come from a family of rape victims. Let me tell you something first, what I mean by what I said. First of all, I said politically. You ladies are out here fighting for your right to decide what you want to do with your bodies. I never said anything about having a baby was all on y'all totally. I said when it all boils down to it, a woman will be responsible more than a man would have to be, simply because everything that baby eats comes from her. The air she breathes comes from her. The labor, 9 months carrying, comes from her. Even when that child is born in this world, that man has no rights until he gets that blood drawn in the courtroom. Otherwise, that child is 100% the female's. Now, when you start talking about the responsibility that you don't want to bear, that ain't my problem. What I am the one that's going to give it to you by the responsibility that you're going to have to bear. You know why? Because guess what? Before y'all were born, women been bearing the responsibility of children without a man around.
And that's why we have to go to the child support office.
Sister, hold on, baby. I heard what you had to say. With all respect to you, if a man has any percentage out of the 100% that you got in determining what you do with your body, then you need to get that percentage you gave to him back. Or you need to get some money for it, no disrespect, because most women that get that percentage away, they charging for it.
Men control relationships and marriages.
Now, what I'm trying to tell you, women, is this: that you ain't gonna tell me
the mind control
that my granny didn't decide to have 8 kids. You ain't gonna tell me that my mama didn't decide to have 4 kids from the same man. She could have fucked the 5th man and had the 5th job for somebody else. You ain't gonna tell me that y'all 2 women and the other woman that exited herself,
my sister,
ain't 100% in control of what you do with your bodies.
You know what? You know what's crazy?
Tell me.
It's how you have more to say about a woman's body than an actual woman.
Hey, they all do. They all do.
Let me tell you why, sweetheart.
But I understand politically what he's saying. What politically what people don't pay attention to.
Women.
I understand politically what he's saying.
So guess what? I know your value. Why you thinking I'm devaluing you, honey? Your value is.
So
you might.
Yeah. It's politically and humanity wise. That's the big difference. Politically, we fighting for the rights to say what we want to about our body. But humanity wise, we don't understand why the man don't respect that a child is born. You know, he made a child.
Can you hear me?
Let me get you now. You say a man don't respect that a child is born.
Sugar, I don't know how to devalue.
I don't say maybe that's the wrong word to use, but when you create another human being that needs to rely on you and his mother or father for protection, love, for food, for water, for all that stuff like that. Sometimes women don't understand why some men don't protect what came out their body, that joined with something else. But politically, I understand.
And let's not forget how they lie to us and say, yes, they do. We love you, and you
but
know,
you
we're
got to
be
see the manipulation in it, and you got to understand the triggers within yourself or abandonment issues in yourself. Why you feel that way? You need that.
That come after or before sex when he's lying to you saying he love you? Do that come before or after sex?
Y'all motherfuckers lie. Y'all motherfuckers lie for no reason right now.
I love you just to get some draws. Ladies, they doing that Martin shit.
But come on now, a lot of us was having sex as teenagers. Let's not, because a lot of us didn't even know what. A lot of us didn't even know what love is. Okay, we didn't identify what love is.
Some people still in their 50s don't know what love is, or just finding out.
Sometimes it takes a lifetime for somebody to find love. People die without ever finding it, y'all. Love is not something easily to be understood. When you think you know it one day, it changes on you. The bar raised the next day. That's why people don't love nobody right now.
Right, but this is the thing.
I'm tell y'all, we're not basing this on love. We're basing this on commitment. We might start with love.
20, 30,
you still have a commitment. You still have a commitment regardless whether you love a person or not, whether you're going to invite a person to your personal beings or not.
I'm going to tell you.
Love a person to invite somebody to something that's valuable yours that you have to protect from them.
I'm gonna say the people that I've seen that have been in love 40, 50 years, like that, they know what love is. They have had some part in their life where they have experienced some type of love.
You know, they went through some shit. They went through some hard times.
No. It ain't had. Well, yeah, okay. I can say about my granddad and my grandma, yeah, and stuff like that. But they understood the importance of loyalty. You know, it might have been respect, not all the time, because life, if they don't live 50, 60 years and still married together, they endure some different things. They learn. And you learn that, okay, maybe that was some petty shit that I was mad about, or maybe that wasn't worth the love and the respect that I got over the years. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn where to place people. You know, love is love, and everybody not going to experience love.
Okay, so the definition of love to everyone could be totally different.
Yes.
Okay, and a lot of our grandparents were in very toxic relationships.
They were in trauma bonds, a lot of them.
A lot of our grandparents were fucking side chicks and side dudes, having two families. So was it really love? Indeed. No. It's a whole bunch of people that.
Wait, hold up, because I hear people say a lot of women like to use that term as in. So the fact that he had two families mean he didn't love nobody.
I'm just saying, because in order for you, and this is just my opinion, if you allow yourself to be a side chick, you lack love within yourself.
Not really. I ain't saying nothing in a minute either. That's
I can't agree to that one.
So, it's a lot of people married. Listen to this. It's a lot of people married that's not in love.
Oh, right.
They may love each other. They may love each other, but they might not be in love.
That's right.
Wait, so you think they
like it for that matter? Shit.
So you think they wasn't in love? Because in love. Okay, y'all gonna get me on some real shit now.
In love.
No, I can get on some real shit.
Love. Let me break love down to you. Love, like people say, in love and in love. Do you know if somebody been together for 10 years? They fell in and out of love throughout that process.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was married for 24. I was married for 24 years, and I fell in and out of love with my husband all the time.
Okay,
until it got to the and yeah, that's when I got married. I got married when I was 19, and I just got
I'm 18 years. 18 years.
So I'm like I said, I was married for 24 years. Literally, recently out of a divorce, now 2 years going on 3, and I fell in and out of love with this man all the time because of things that changed because of life. So at the end of the day, that doesn't necessarily mean I still love them.
Yeah, you can love a person
You
all
don't
day,
typically
but in love
fall
is
out of,
being
yeah,
is something
you don't
totally
fall out of
different.
love with nobody. You just don't get along with the motherfucker no more. That's why people get divorced.
Exactly.
Don't love a motherfucker. I just don't
Well,
love
we do go through different
Well, people
stages
grow up.
because we
People grow
mature
apart.
differently.
People grow apart.
And
Once you
people
grow
make
apart
it
and
through that too.
your
Sometimes.
paths separate,
Exactly.
before long you're gonna go separate ways. That's what God decides.
You
God says,
change,
"Well,
you
keep
grow.
it married, let no man tear asunder." Only He can divide a couple.
Exactly.
Only He can divide a
Oh,
couple.
God can only divide a couple.
Yeah, God can only divide a couple. The Bible says it, baby. I mean, I ain't telling you
Okay.
something I said.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
like I'm saying, if I say the Bible
I
says it.
don't read the Bible, so I don't read the Bible, so I
Okay, well,
was
baby,
just
I'm
like,
sorry. That's my apologies then. Let me keep the biblical out of it so you don't feel like I'm just saying something.
Yeah,
no,
the Bible
I
don't
just,
say that. The Bible don't say that.
The Bible does say
The
that no
Bible
man
don't
tear
say a
asunder
lot
what
of
God has
things.
brought together.
oh, Lord.
Hey, where he went? Where he still on here?
I'm right here.
He needed to get out because see that you know what that was
He
going
right there.
because he was lying on the Bible.
I'm on here.
He was lying on the
I
Bible.
can't tell who
Good.
telling the
Really?
truth.
Let me look.
Where you at?
I'm about to get
where
out.
you
You know
at?
what?
Where you at?
I'm right here.
God don't like ugly.
So you telling me the Bible don't say for what God has brought together, let no man tear asunder?
Oh, that part. I thought, yeah, that part. I thought you were saying God is.
That's
I
what
thought
I
you said it
said.
says it. Oh, I thought you
That's
said
what
the
I
Bible
said.
got.
But sometimes we
Clarify
bring
yourself now,
ourselves.
Claire.
Listen, sometimes
Clarify
we
it
force
now.
stuff that God ain't brought together.
Exactly.
Sometimes we force stuff that God ain't
Yep.
brought together.
Sometimes we stay in stuff. Sometimes we stay in
Yeah.
stuff.
Of course.
Sometimes we
Of
stay in
course.
stuff that we
I did
supposed
say
to be
the Bible
Who
said
can
separating.
what
tell me
God
when
has
I
brought
question
together. I
on
didn't say
all
a thing
this?
about what man has brought
When I
together.
question on all this, is that what y'all saying is God is taking the time out his day of running the world and to figure out who the fuck you gonna lay down and you gonna be with?
That's why I said the Bible don't say that. That's why I'm trying to tell them. But you
That's
trying to get
listen.
the
First of
Bible don't
all,
say that. The Bible don't say
that's
that.
speaking upon marriage, sugar. That's speaking upon marriage. You got to go to the marriage. You go to the marriage part of the Bible and find out whether it said it or not. Because one thing about it, this was Bible study. I'll take you there.
Oh,
This is
Lord.
Bible
Oh,
study.
you can, baby. One
We ain't
thing you
gonna go
can't do
there.
is can't take me. Yeah, we're not doing that
I don't know. I don't
because you don't have to do
See,
that because
I think
We
I
ain't
know
gonna
the
go
Bible.
there.
with y'all on the Bible, so I don't
if
really
we,
know
But I do,
sometimes,
and the Bible don't say nothing about the Bible don't say nothing about him splitting up no daggone marriages. It don't say nothing about that. So
I
hey,
ain't saying nothing
Get
about
out
the
the
wish
Bible
Bible.
that
says
black
God said
people,
splitting up no marriages. What is she
You
talking
say
about?
what now, Mimi?
I wish black people,
Anyway.
Hold on, OG. What you say, Mimi?
We're not on the same topic.
I just wish that black
we
people
not.
would have conversations
Okay,
without
baby.
putting
I
God
definitely
in
will.
everything, because
No.
Right.
y'all would read the same scripture and 10 people would get 10 totally different things from the
Different
scripture. So
interpretations.
instead of,
Exactly.
like,
Exactly.
can we have can we communicate
Exactly.
without putting the Bible into it?
I
Because as
think
you
that's
see,
because
I mean,
it adds
first of
so much
all,
confusion.
I thought this is an open conversation. And since
It
that's going to
is,
be
but
included, guess what we'll do? Guess what we'll do for y'all who seems to have certain topics and certain way you want to hear certain things. What we'll do, we'll get the catalog for y'all. G4, make sure you get a catalog next time for our sisters so we'll know what to
you
say,
being real
when to
sensitive,
say, what
God,
not to say.
Mr. God.
Gunshots.
No, I'm saying y'all
You
being
being
very
real sensitive.
disrespectful based on what I'm saying to y'all. That's
You
what you
being
women are
real
doing.
sensitive.
Hold
You
on,
being real
He
One
thought
thing
sensitive.
about a
he
woman,
Say something, y'all.
one thing about a
He's
woman,
emotional.
they slow to speak but quick to hear. Okay, y'all got a whole lot of conversation going on.
Hold up. Let me say something to everybody. Real quick. Let me break this down. Hold up, OG, hold up. Let me break this down. This is all from love, people. We gotta be able to have a conversation. I love this. Let's talk about it. We got to be able to have these conversations. It's gonna be tough. We all live. We got 3 women up here, 4 men. We all live different lives. We're not gonna see everything the same, but we got to make sure we still stay respectful towards each other. We got to make sure we respect each other. We understand. We let everybody land their plane. Because we might can learn something or we might don't learn something, but we got to understand that we're all grown and all of us want to be respected. So I don't want the platform to get too messy and too sloppy. So let's just all respect each other and let everybody land their plane, because I want to hear what everybody got to say. This is a very interesting conversation. I'm engaging what everybody got to say. I just can't get what everybody want to say, and we can't even get Mount Leezy in here to say nothing in here. So let's just calm it down, make sure everybody getting everything out they want to say, so we can get this keep this thing in control, y'all. And it's all from love.
And nigga Mark said,
everybody else's perspective.
Listen.
I'm gonna listen. Just chill.
Who this is right here at the bottom? What? Who this?
I ain't never seen
That's
that.
off the gunshot, dog. I like the convo.
I love it. I love the convo, but I just want to
go ahead, man. Hey, listen. I'm gonna say this too while I do got the flow. I ain't got no kids.
I'm a regular.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm really listening to this shit. So I'm like, I ain't really got no horse in this race.
Oh yeah, you ain't got no kids like Mike. I ain't got none, so
I ain't got no horse in the race, though.
And I invited OG on here because I knew he was gonna bring some fire. I already knew OG was gonna bring some fire. I knew he gonna have some strong perspectives, but I wanted us to be able to have those conversations. And that's why I didn't mind the ladies coming up here, because I wanted to be a balanced conversation. I don't
let them talk, bro. Let them talk. They talking that shit. Let them talk.
Talking that shit. Yeah.
Hit the like button while y'all at it too.
Okay.
But guess what? When we go to talking that shit back, don't get in your feelings. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. We can't get in our feelings around here, man. Let's keep it
But the women ain't really getting in their feelings. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, but I'm gonna just keep.
That's y'all are getting very emotional about some of the things that have been said.
They go Mike.
No, Mike, I just don't. I'm just not gonna agree to nothing that sounds stupid or crazy. I'm sorry. Point blank. Period. I'm just not.
But y'all are getting a little emotional about some things that have been said.
There's certain things that just nonsense.
I think we lost track of what we was really talking about. We were really talking about the kids.
Certain people can't
how
see
the
with
kids are privileged kids and underprivileged kids and the whole
nonsense.
situation. So I think we got lost. Yeah. We got on the once that book came up, it was over from there, because
I kind of figured that what it would be anyway.
That book, you already know that book gonna stir up something.
Yeah, it sure will. It sure will.
Everybody have their own interpretation. Everybody don't believe in the same thing, and no, everybody don't pray to the same thing. So at the end of the day, your opinion of what the Bible, what your opinion, what the Bible. I'm still gonna say what I gotta say. Your opinion of what the Bible, anybody, your opinion about what the Bible is. If you get offended from it, that's just your problem, not a problem that person has. I'm speaking in general. In general. But yet saying people not to get in their feelings, but I can't tell. You kick a dog, it's gonna bark. Now I'm gonna keep it 100. Now I'm trying my hardest. Now I'm trying. But anyway, like I was saying, the way a person interprets or whatever is just their interpretation. But it is coming across the line with certain people, certain things.
You
just
breaking
leave
up,
it
baby.
like he leave it out. But at the end of the day, it doesn't have anything. It doesn't have anything to do with nobody not knowing knowledge or being knowledgeable about something. Everybody's interpretation of something is totally different. Like the lady said, you can sit here and read a scripture and get 10 different interpretations depending on how it was delivered to you at the end of the day.
True, but ain't nobody sitting up here talking nonsense either, right?
But some of it was about the whole baby thing. I wasn't talking. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. That's like an asshole. That's like an asshole. Everybody got one.
But you want to target.
What is about respecting each other's perspective, though? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm telling her.
But okay, if I say it's nonsense, it's nonsense. Just like if you say it's no, but if it's nonsense to me, it's nonsense to me. You're not gonna change my opinion.
But at the same time, you call it something I might believe strongly in nonsense, but you don't want me to target what you believe in.
No, it's not the Bible that I'm talking about, but the nonsense. I'm talking about I'm not even talking about the Bible. Your interpretation of the Bible.
Sister,
I really
it might still
don't
be how
care.
I feel.
Your
interpretation.
Hold on. That's.
What you say, Mimi? I can't hear you.
It's like the thing that causes the most argument is religion and politics.
Yes.
And I feel like sometimes I feel like yes, you believe in God. Let that be you. But it's like you're shoving it down our throats because the Bible said this, and the Bible said, I don't have a Bible. I don't own a Bible, and I don't want to know what the Bible says. But if we could just really have communication with all the rib stuff that the Bible says, I don't know none of that shit. And so if we just have a conversation where we take out religion and just really just talk about things, maybe
as human, as we live here in the present.
Yes.
Because it will always cause confusion. It will always cause arguments. It will always cause division. That's the reason that I detour from religion, because you always feel like your opinion is more powerful because you believe in this book. And I feel like if we just leave it out, have conversations about what we're living in now, right? Because y'all talk about how y'all need God and God is this. We need each other. So we need to talk to each other. And sometimes just leave the Bible out of the shit.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
I think that's the best way. We could just leave that book, because that book goes stir up stuff all the time.
I'm not gonna bring the book up no more, folks. I'm gonna say this to everybody on the panel. Coming from an individual who had to get to know how to appreciate God for whatever God can bring. Now,
your belief is always respected. Your belief is always respected. Go ahead.
Hold up, go ahead, OG. Say what you gotta say. Hold up, everybody, just let him say what he gotta say.
I'll talk when she through. Okay. Now, only thing I'm saying is, Mimi, ain't nobody on this panel wrong in my eyesight. You know why? Because everybody came on this panel with their own opinion. Now, if I knew that it was going to be a panel or any one of y'all that would have got offended by me speaking biblical words, because I don't know you well enough to shove a plate of food in front of your face to eat. You long shove the Bible down your throat, honey. Let's get that coordinated first of all. Now, no disrespect to you. What I'm saying to you is this, is that I ain't come on here to force nobody, no opinion of what I'm saying. I'm just giving my opinion based on the conversation and the topic. Now, if y'all, and I ain't saying you are intimidated by a man who does talk about God, because that's abnormal in society nowadays. Men don't come up to women and just talk about God and be talking about God and what God, speaking the Bible like they know the Bible. You kind of like got to go to church to get that, or go on the internet or on TV. Okay, I appreciate that out to you women, because one thing I don't do is come on here to offend you. I don't know you like that to want to do that. Now, with what I'm saying is this right here. If it's stipulations on opinions, then guess what? This ain't a podcast I could be on, or either one of y'all. Because Sister Mimi, I heard you from the beginning just cussing and dogging men and saying stuff about men. I never once targeted you about the way you came with your attitude about men. Never, not once, sister, since we've been on here. G4, your sister, baby, you came on here ripping at me from the beginning. Not once have I disrespected you or came at you yet. Your opinion of everything you said about me, whatever you decided for me, has been respected all the way up to now. I still ain't even retaliated. And as far as the other sister right here, Miss Alicia, you say you double ways, and guess what? I appreciate that you got a broad perspective on things. Because guess what? A broad perspective is needed when you are communicating with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different people with different personalities. You all right. But not once did I disrespect not any one of you women. But I appreciate that some situations and conversations are sensitive to you all. Because those are the ways that we find out what you truly believe in this world when your sensitivity has been touched and tested. You will never know what you will learn or what you will believe until you have been tried in your spirit. And when something edges you in your spirit, you're going to try to find out why that made you feel the way it made you feel. Because every last one of y'all be coming with that yeah. And not once did I come with a yeah back at you. Because I respect.
But you've been yeah-ing though.
Yes, you have, sir.
Excuse me?
But you've been yeah-ing.
First of all,
everybody's be silent. Everybody, since I've been on here from the beginning of this, everybody really been silent on what you've been having to say. But it seemed like
really
when we come with our own opinion, our own beliefs, and our own experiences, you did act like the Bible overruled how we felt and who we were.
Did I see you say, hey, listen here and understand that the Bible tells you to do this? No,
it wasn't.
This is what I said to you, y'all. I said,
You
I
have to
believe
understand your
King.
words and how you say them, baby.
I feel like I'm in trouble.
It has a perception of you
Honey,
pushing your belief and we're evil down our throat, basically.
Who said that?
Hold on. I'm gonna say this. Hold on, real quick.
She said metaphorically, that's how it came across when you was saying what you were saying about
But
the Bible.
I'm trying to figure out who spoke this to you to make you feel like I sound like that to you. Not me.
Y'all just need to have a Sunday show.
You're speaking. You're speaking.
Most people.
I'm not saying nobody never said you was wrong, but how you was speaking. But it was the fact that, and sometimes you did your demeanor, your how you address the message and everything else was an attack.
Let me ask you a question.
Is it
and
you might have to attack or
receive it to be at fault? Let me ask you that.
Say again,
for me, please. Be honest with me. Is it the person that say it or the person that perceive what's being said that's at fault?
Perceive. Okay, but you do have to understand too that a person will perceive how you project. So if you're projecting it a certain way, then
I think
that's how they're gonna perceive it.
You still got to make the assumption on how I'm coming, baby.
I think what they said.
You still got to decide whether I meant harm or not.
I think what they said, OG. I think when what they said in the conversation, in the dialogue, I know personally that's how you talk and your energy, how it come across.
That's it.
They don't know that. So when you get intense in the way you was getting with some of the
you got loud. You got loud.
It was
I tried to explain that to Mimi. I said, Mimi, don't take me wrong. I said, I'm just a debater person. Don't take me wrong, Miss Mimi. I even said, Miss Mimi, don't take me wrong. I'm just a debater person. I don't mean you no harm. I didn't say that to Miss Mimi. Now, the other two women wasn't here. But I said,
but guess what?
Mimi. Did I not, Miss Mimi?
Guess what? I have a big mouth and I'm boisterous and I'm outspoken.
Me too.
So when I responded, I gave you the same energy that you gave me.
And I didn't mind, Mimi. Did I get
that what perceive, project, all them words mean right there. She gave you the same energy.
And guess what I didn't do, sister? I didn't come at Mimi messed up after that. We still vibing now.
I don't
think about her. I don't want her in any kind of way. I feel bad about how she
not
feels.
Mute this nigga, but not mute me, bro.
Or anybody.
Like 7 times.
But I don't think I disrespected anybody on this panel.
You didn't disrespect me. You didn't disrespect me. Ain't nobody on here disrespecting me.
Okay.
Nobody on here. And guess what? If I disrespect anybody, let me apologize, because one thing I'm gonna do is speak my opinion like everybody else.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Man, look here. That's what you need to do.
What's that?
I gotta misunderstand you. I know
the brother.
I ain't gotta misunderstand you.
The brother, is this the brother on here with the two girls that's back on here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That him?
Yeah.
I got a question about what Mimi just said.
What's that?
That might be him. That might be him.
Right. Man,
it's me. Jesus Christ.
I didn't hear anything.
What he said?
I said that might be him. I said I'm tripping because I was listening. I was like, yeah, I was hearing you, but I know that's him. But I said that might be him. That's what he talking about.
I want to Mimi.
I was listening. I'm trying to.
I don't want no problem. Fuck that.
The brother in the middle walking, talking. What he saying? In the red, is that a red shirt?
I'm asking how come Mimi.
Yeah, you fucked up, Mike.
I can't hear.
Yeah, you said how come Mimi what? Yo, Mike, we can't hear you, Mike.
I said, how come she want to match her man's energy?
How can I what? How can I match a man's energy?
How do you want energy?
You can. Baby, you got two sides of the brain.
Why you want to match?
Because I felt like it. Fuck.
This is bad. You went the wrong way, bro.
I don't even get your question. I don't
be asking you why would you match his energy?
Because I wanted to.
Go back the other way, Mike. Please.
Why you questioning me about how I behaved? Like, I don't get it. I was not disrespectful. I was loud and boisterous because I wanted to be.
He's gonna fuck you up. All right, cool.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
What was the point of that question?
I don't think you can get it out, Mike. We can't get out everything. We can't hear everything.
Oh, God. Oh, listen, nigga, I don't even want to go in the house. Because I know the moment that my wife hit this argument, we finna have an argument.
I don't know. Man, energy instead of being a female, saying feminine and get her point across femininely.
Who told y'all was trying to be feminine in that energy in that moment? I wasn't trying to be feminine in that moment. No, I wasn't.
So you were trying to have masculine energy like a man. Why?
We all have masculine and feminine energy, sir.
Yes.
Why did you feel like you have masculine energy?
Like it. It's a simple answer. It's a simple answer. It's either you want to receive it or you don't. Because I felt like
you like a motherfucker. Please stop.
I'm gonna say it again.
What made you feel like you needed to?
Like it. I felt like it.
Why?
I felt like it. Why do you understand that so bad?
Hey, guess what?
Why you going in? Clearly.
We can't hear you.
Mike, we can't hear you.
Hey, but guess what though? Guess what though? She can have that energy and all that. Be that.
Ma'am,
just don't be in no
is
competition.
there anybody in jury?
Exactly.
Be you. Be that energetic and all that woman power. Do all that, but don't be in competition with me.
What is there a competition? Who said anything about competing?
I'm just saying,
I
we
said
ain't
I'm
gonna be
not
walking around talking about who tougher in the crib and got all that. We ain't gonna do all that. Other than that, go ahead and be that strong person.
Oh, God, bro.
Embrace that.
Oh, God.
I'm talking about like masculine. You talking about like masculine energy when you talking about dealing with.
I'm just trying not to walk in the trap.
Hold on. Let G Hicks say that again.
I'm asking, I'm trying to ask Maul. Are you talking about in a situation where you in a relationship and it's like a romantic type of scene? That's what you mean?
No, I'm just saying. What they were talking about, he was like, why she trying to match energy? And she was like, cause she felt like it. I was like, that's like being competitive. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like that because I'm like that. Boy, please. You know what I mean? Go be.
I think it's an honest reaction.
Sometimes you got to be in your masculine energy because sometimes people think they can play in your face.
What's your job? What's your job?
Throw your hand up and say that.
What is your job?
You said it doesn't matter? Oh, you gonna ring it for me? Okay, thank you.
Motherfuckers ain't sitting here goddamn. Listen, bro.
Who job?
What?
Somebody said, what's your job?
Yeah, me. What do you do for a living?
Me?
You ain't working construction.
Me?
Everybody want to be everybody want to be equal. Everybody want to be motherfucking equal, but when a nigga get flipped across the car and shit like that, then
thank you.
You told you asking, wait a minute, bro. Excuse me, you asking me? You asking me what my job is?
Man, fuck off. Hey, listen, bro, I'm done.
I'm asking what he asking. He asking, somebody asked what somebody's job is. Who he asking?
Man.
Me. Oh, you asking me. Oh, my job for 17 years, I was a cop. And for 4, I was an inspector general.
My thought on it is that I wasn't even talking to you, but being that you said it's your job, right? If you ain't working construction, moving bricks or some shit like that, right? Like everybody want to be created equal, right? Women, they fought for equal rights.
That's not what being in your masculine and feminine mind is, baby.
I can't talk.
Tell us what it is. Tell us what it is.
Being in your masculine means that you got to stand up for yourself.
For equal rights, right? Women
you talking two different things.
No, I don't give a damn about that.
Your masculine energy means standing up for yourself.
Women fought for equal rights, right? But the thing is, though, everybody talking about all this shit. We done been all through this shit, childbirth and all this shit. The problem is, can your ass take an uppercut?
Well, you triggered anyway. That's why I wanted to get on here to tell you probably need to go talk to somebody.
So you want to hit a female? You want her to take an uppercut?
Baby, you triggered anyway. You triggered anyway. You got back on here because you felt a familiarity with triggering.
So he want to uppercut a female.
That part.
Because you ain't no uppercut going here.
Hold on.
I'm a grown ass woman, little boy.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I ain't trying. Hey, G Hicks, I don't want to disrespect nobody on your show, baby.
Bro, I'm just asking. Everybody would have equal rights. It's all for the game.
But what are you saying?
What's the point of having him on here?
What is he saying? What is he saying?
Hey, hold on.
I'm still trying to figure out what he's saying.
Everybody want to be equal until you want with the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Right, Miss Alicia?
Hold on.
What we trying to be equal right about?
Miss Alicia.
Yes.
Only thing I want to say to you is you say sometimes you have to be in your masculine energy to stand for yourself. I've seen women stay in they, and still be able to get greater results than being aggressive when it comes down to. I mean, this is what I see because I know you might have seen different. Blessings to that. But I've known women to sometimes you have to stand up and fight like a man.
Sometimes you gotta stand up and fight.
Go fight like a woman. But what I'm saying is that most women, if they approach a situation, if the man is a out of control individual, ain't much anybody can do with him. But most women should be able to calm a man down if she could get him to listen. All she has to do is know what to say and how to say it based on what the problem is. I've seen this with my own eyes, and I know this is true. But sometimes our women, you're right, bring that masculine energy when it's time to communicate. And then a man feel like he has to back you down just to get his point across because you're up there, which I'm not saying is right because no man should put his hands on a woman unless his life is on the line. Unless his life is on the line. And the only way I can back you down is do what I got to do. But guess what? I pray that never happens. But to be honest about it, a woman should never have to display her masculine energy to get her point across to nobody.
Listen, I'm trying to communicate with you, but you don't want to listen. I'm trying to communicate. Now you asked me a question and then you went on.
Okay, well, go ahead, sister. We ain't got. There you go. See,
okay.
Ready your masculine energy. I just shut up. I'm ready for you.
I'm not saying I'm in my masculine energy. What I'm saying is I was a cop for 17 years. And so I lived in my masculine energy for a very long time. And that shit is fucking draining.
Listen. If she talking, bro, if she can't even finish what she's saying, how you gonna ask a question?
And that shit is draining because I know in myself that is not who I am as a woman, as a female, birthed as a woman. And I want to be in my feminine energy. But when a woman sits so long in her masculine energy, sometimes that is the trigger and a response of what they get.
Right.
So it wasn't like I wasn't trying to be smart with the brother. I was trying to tell him, now I heard your job. No, I don't like to be in my masculine energy. I want to be in my feminine energy. I love to be in my feminine energy. But when you deal with sometimes with a man that is so used to women being in their masculine energy, you feel that's when a woman feels sometimes that she always got to be in her masculine energy because that's the only type of woman he respects.
Mm-hmm.
But naturally, a lot of times women get tired and they get drained. They don't want to be in their masculine energy all the time. And we as a society has misinterpreted it. We have misinterpreted it with all the social media, the hype, the influencers that's out there.
Right.
Of how we supposed to act. And that's not how we supposed to act. Everybody is getting on this bandwagon. That is not the true natural feminine.
Ma'am, listen, the only time a woman should get into their masculine energy is because a woman has to become a state that she is not used to.
If you came to me like you did, and I know masculine energy, I'm again.
I don't know why you have him on.
What you saying?
I don't know why you have him on here.
Listen, the only time a woman gets into her masculine energy because she has to go into survival mode.
Are you a woman? With the way you talking about, you want to uppercut somebody, but you want us to respond in a feminine
because
energy.
everybody wants equal rights, but at the end of the day, no, you don't go through the shit that men go through.
You don't know what I've been through.
That's a terrible example.
You don't know what I've been through.
It was just a fucking example.
Hold on, let me speak.
It was just a fucking example, bro. Like, God damn.
It's about you got to get up here and you got to when you go make a point, you got to make it make sense. You can't just say crazy shit because when you say uppercutting the women, that's gonna trigger them already. Because how we even get to the point?
They already fucking triggered, bro. We are outnumbered.
I don't think you should have him on the show no more.
Hey, that nigga so funny, dog.
It ain't nothing he said that came with. He didn't even communicate well with any thought that he had on here. Not one. Nothing he said came with a good thought.
First of all, man, you just got on the show. You got to opinion. You not heard what I said before.
Because you talk over everybody.
That's why I was quiet when you won your opinion. Because I have no right. I can't say nothing about your opinion.
You also need to be able to accept a woman having a strong opinion.
You also made a whole opinion about perception, right? Yeah.
Yep. And I'm listening to your perception, but you telling me as a woman how a woman's supposed to feel and what they've been through. You don't know nothing about me. You don't know nothing I've been through that might overtake you. That might overtake you as a man and what you have.
Happy birthday, baby.
And it's not about birthing no child. It's not about nothing. You think
what time you get off?
I don't know where you live and how you live. If you've been shot at, if you don't have bombs at your I don't know none of that. So you can't tell me how I'm supposed to be in my own experiences. You cannot tell me when I'm not supposed to be in my masculine or when I'm trying to be in my feminine and talk to you, but then you're saying you uppercutting a bitch and shit.
This man ain't willing to listen. Why you have him on here?
Well, when you said you uppercut, now I came survival mode. So that answered your question.
We're not even listening.
I come home. The moment that you come outside your boundaries, it's not a agreement no more. I'm putting your ass across the top.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
And listen, I may be wrong.
Hear what he said. Hold on.
I'm trying to listen.
No sense, bro.
Put yourself. Go to the mic, bro. Go to the mic.
No, we don't want him to. We want him to mute his mic.
What you saying? Go ahead. That's Marleezy people. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to come up. I'd say I don't give a fuck, but I know Pharaoh Queen. He cool. I've been knowing him. He do battle rap, but I don't know what the fuck he talking about with all this uppercut shit.
Listen. Hey, y'all, listen. And everybody be quiet. I'm gonna explain exactly what he meant. He was just bullshitting, not talking about uppercutting a woman. What he was saying, if y'all want to be equal to a man, we get in fights. Can you take an uppercut like a nigga could? That's what he was saying.
I get the metaphor, but I'm saying with the conversation that we're having, how did that was the only example that he could give. You know what I'm saying? We trying to have an adult conversation. That's the best. Like, oh, bitch, I uppercut you. Like, really? Like, what the fuck?
No, he was saying like,
I'm trying to give him a chance to make some sense of what he's saying.
Check it out.
Communication. Words.
Effective communication.
Effective.
He was saying that he was just saying y'all want to be equal to a man. Can you take a punch like a man?
Who said that women can equal to a man? Who said that?
No, it was just, he was just the way he worded it.
I think this is what I translate what Pharaoh Creek, because he was going in and out. This is what I think Pharaoh Creek was trying to say, basically. Once you go into your masculine energy and you take it to there, you're liable. You can't say that you're not equal. You can't want to be feminine when it gets violent and then a man want to put his hands on you. And you can't say, oh, no, I'm a woman, man shouldn't hit a woman. You know what I'm saying? When you want to get to the point where you want to pipe up get masculine and talk to the shit to the level on the same level as a man. So I think that's the perspective.
Whoa, though. But what's talking shit? What's talking shit? As long as you don't put your hands on nobody, then you can talk all the shit you want.
I agree 100% what you're saying.
Now, you can't be talking about nobody mama all types of ways.
To hear his point. So I think that's what he's saying. Don't quote me.
Well, he need to step to the mic, bro. Step to the mic. We can't hear you.
So everybody, let's just be quiet so we can see, we can hear him and get him to make us understand what he's saying. Farrakhan, the floor is yours.
Oh, shit, I got so listen. What I was saying is this right here. As far as relationships and anything, women want to be equal as the man, right? And the man wants to be equal as the woman. You get what I'm saying? But as far as what I'm saying is, though, you want to be like you talking crazy, you want to fight and all this shit right here. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but it's all fun and games when Tyrone knocks one ass off the top. Fold your ass like first run. No, you want to be equal. You want to be equal. This motherfucker done folded your ass like a paper plane, like motherfucker. You out here. I'm going to call the police. You hit a woman. But what happened to the equal shit? You want to be treated like a man, right? You want to be equal. So when your ass gets folded up, yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. That point right there. Everybody got all that strong black woman, goddamn pieces and all that shit right there. But when it comes time for, you can't stand up to what a man does. Period. At all.
So as I'm listening to you, as I'm listening to you say this, I'm listening to your example. Is that example right?
It's not an example. Because when a person makes you example, you're gonna say, why you hit me?
No, I'm not saying you making an example. I'm saying the situation you gave was an example, right?
My love. Real shit. You said you were a police officer, right?
You gave an example about how your experience.
Listen.
You either gave me an experience that you've already went through or an example.
Oh no, I don't have no experiences. I walked the fuck off.
So you gave me an example.
You got some
you said you walked off, but you ain't been through the experience. What the?
Straight up. Like, fold your shit.
We gave him the floor.
Like,
we gave him the floor. What is he saying?
Everybody want to be.
I tried. Mo, can you help him out? Can you understand what he's saying? Because I tried.
I understand. I don't know. I was just asking him, did he give me an experience, an example? But then he said he walked off. So that's an experience.
He didn't even understand what you asked. I don't know. I think he's so intense on what he's trying to say, he don't even know how to say it. That's all I
think. Communication is not communicating. He's not. It's not coming out what he's thinking. Obviously, it's a disconnection. Because we gave him the floor and we just as confused as before.
I don't know, man. Like I say,
all I got to say is stop dealing with the crazy bitches you're dealing with. Because if you're going through them experiences, then you got somebody that got some goddamn trauma in their life. They need to go talk to some motherfucking body because you and them, period, shouldn't be out in the street fighting, period. You grown folks, you're trying to do grown things, and that's just not the right path, bro. Period.
That part. Period.
Well, the kind of energy to put out is the kind of energy he received. So
he confused everybody on the panel.
I'm quite sure he ain't running out here.
We all confused.
Just all of a sudden want to fight. So he got to kind of like stop his aggressive nature first. For that
confused as hell.
I mean, if this the young, like I said, the darkness is triggering me from the other dude that was on here earlier. That had the two girls. And if he was telling me about the abuse he seemed to learn, so your daddy beating you and all that, then that's
G, where you get these people from, G?
That's a trauma bond. That's a trigger. That's something that
I forgot. Y'all in Brunswick. I forgot.
you'll normalize in your life. And
don't you do that, sis.
I think we got lost in translation.
We done
I
all
think
drunk
we
the
got
water
lost.
down here, dog. We done all drunk the water.
Tell you still got some of that water.
No, we haven't. I ain't never drunk the water.
we got influencers.
Hey, if you bought it out the store, we making him.
The spell work is working.
It's working. Spell.
Oh my goodness, man.
It's birthday. That's the wick for you, boy. That's the wick. They confused as hell. That's the wick, boy. Confused as hell.
Hey, some people down here got a straight head. Some people don't.
my brother, and I see these young ladies right here, and then the one that's in the middle. What's that? Leak? That's
Oh, so you say I ain't got a straight head?
That's the last one that was. I remember. I've been up there with you, right, Walt?
We've been there.
Okay, so we vibe pretty good, don't we, Walt?
Yes, man.
We vibe pretty good. Okay, I thought so, Walt.
It's a vibe.
My grandma told me if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So I'm eating my ice cream. I'm just listening. I'm just here for the comments. I'm just here for the comments. Oh, if I want to say something to you, I would have. But I'm just here for the comments. I'm just here for the comments.
You can't hurt my feelings, and you can't say
oh my gosh.
You can't let me say
we gonna change the pace. This is
please do. Please do. Please. Please.
Please. Bitch out the motherfucking tree. Please. What happened the last time you got sloppy drunk?
What's sloppy?
What's happened the last time you got sloppy drunk?
I don't drink.
Motherfucking blue. I had to go in the deep sea to find this
one. I don't drink and I don't do any drugs. I don't smoke weed, so I might be a little rare.
You ain't never did nothing?
No.
Ever?
I had my first drink 5 years ago, and I didn't like it.
Yes.
Gene.
Yes.
I do have a question though, seriously, and this is only for the ones that ain't gonna get that ain't gonna get all hostile since it's already
No. We gonna let everybody get a answer on this question right here.
I got a question.
Go ahead and move on to that question because I feel some intensity.
It ain't no intensity. I promise it ain't.
What happened the last time everybody got sloppy drunk?
No, I did change it. I'm just saying.
I know the last time I got sloppy drunk, I had to talk to Earl, and I hate talking to Earl. You know how you try to fall asleep so the shit won't happen, but as soon as you go to sleep, your head goddamn starts spinning real motherfucking slow. Then that motherfucker starts speeding up. Then that bitch starts speeding up. Then that shit say, oh shit, your mouth get all water. Earl has arrived.
I'm so serious.
Anyway,
over the toilet, and Earl is coming out, nigga. So
anyway,
other than that. No.
Can I ask my question?
Everybody
it's not
ask you a question, sis. Go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna stop. No, it's not a bad question. Today somebody said to me that they was like I disagreed with it. That's why, and they pretty much got upset with me. So they said that love is not enough to stay with somebody, and I disagreed with that to a certain extent. So do you feel like love, seriously, do you feel like love is enough to stay with somebody?
Which way you disagree?
Because like we had talked about before earlier, where it was touched on for a hot second. But like back in the day, now back in like with my grandparents, they stayed together regardless. They stayed married until the day they lived until the day they died. Now, yeah, true indeed. My grandfather later on, like down the line, when I got older, I found out had a whole nother family on the other side of town. But my grandma stayed, never said nothing bad about my granddaddy. Never, I never knew it. So it had there had to be, and that's what I'm basing it off of. It had to be some type of strong love for her to stay there, because I'm almost certain she knew. You get what I'm saying? Back in the day, the elderly, that it's a lot of things that the women put up with that a lot of women of today don't put up with. You know what I'm saying? Back then they did. So that's why I said love is enough to stay with somebody, but they was trying to argue with me saying basically it's not. But in a way, love is enough, because at the end of the day, that's just like, I ain't gonna say, but God, when you have that love for somebody, when you genuinely love somebody and you're committed to them, as they, I hate to say it, but as it says in the Bible, you know, once you with that person, you're with that person to death do you part, or whatever. At the end of the day, it's for sickness and to him to death do you part, or whatever. So she still stayed. At the end of the day, when he was sick, she still stayed. When whatever the home, the extra family still stayed. And I'm quite sure they had other marital issues as well, but she still stayed. So it had to have been love. And that's what I saw. Because every time he came home, guess what? No matter what, there was always hot meal on that table, and I never saw them argue. If they had an argument, they never did it around me. So therefore, there was love there to keep that there, because I know for me, and we know as women, as the other women on this panel, if we was to find out that our significant other have a whole nother lady on the other side of town with 4 other children, we gone.
But you said 2 things. You said love and commitment.
Yes.
Because you can have love, but if you don't have commitment, then that's different. Because you can love
baby, but don't they all tie in together? Love
it depends on what their definition of love was. Some people feel love is somebody just taking care of somebody, being there for them, comforting them when they need them, because what you need in love is not what somebody else need in love.
True.
A lot of women stay because of their children. A lot of women stay because of their children.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with love. They want their children to grow up with a dad. So a lot of women will endure the disrespect. They will endure a lot of it because they have low self-esteem.
That never came up today. That part, that perspective never came up today. So you just, So now
taking advantage of the man, and just he can be doing all the right things, and she can just be there because of the kids and just taking advantage of because of the fact, and then living her other life with her other dude. You know what I'm saying?
Because a lot of
ways.
I like the way he said that. I like the way you said that, living her life with her other dude, because we did base it one way at one point.
Yeah.
The man.
No.
I just feel like
I'm gonna keep that balance now.
But she really did, because when we talked about it today, that never came up. You know, even though we've talked about it in other podcasts, I believe in other questions, a lot of times we stay because of the kids, knowing, you know, we're not, you know, it's really over with, but we stay because of kids. So you know what, that never came. So okay. So I guess it depends.
So when we stay in these unhealthy relationships, when we first go into it, we go into it one way. We have all this confidence. We feel good about ourselves. Then we start birthing children. Then we start feeling like, I'm not sexy anymore. I'm not pretty anymore. I'm tired. So do I want to get to know somebody that's going to be in a household with my kids that I don't trust?
You absolutely right.
She right.
She is definitely right. Where were you at earlier today, girl?
But let me ask you this though. So I'm gonna say this from a married perspective. I don't know her name. I don't know if you're married.
Mimi.
I'm gonna say again.
Yeah, you talking to Mimi?
Mimi?
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm just saying I didn't know who you was. I'm gonna say I don't know if you're married or not. I have been married before. I'm gonna tell you from a married perspective. A lot of women sometimes stay married because of family too.
Exactly.
Being embarrassed, maybe, or just listen to their family, even though they are unhappy. I've had a friend who mother was abused kind of for very many years, and she stayed with him, whether it was low self-esteem or whatever, you know, she went through to stay there. But from a married perspective, yes, a lot has to do with financial stability, for one. Afraid of being alone because maybe they've been with that person for so many years. Kids are, like she said, kids also just maybe forgot about themselves, who they were as a person, and so they stay content more so in their situation.
Can I say this? That's why I don't agree with beatings. Because when you come from a household where your parents beat you and your man start to beat you, it's nothing new. This is the norm. So why would she walk away from something that she's been enduring since she was a little kid? Because if her parents beat her and now her man is beating her, why would she leave? That's normal.
That's
Now,
normal.
I can
Yeah,
see
that's
now,
normal.
I don't know. I think I got some pushback on that because if you making it clear that you just disciplining the child and you're not a man is not supposed to hit a woman and he or she's not seeing the father beat on that woman, then they can grow up and that can be totally different from that situation.
But it's different ways to discipline a child besides hitting them.
Exactly.
But
I'm not saying that's
some
the
men
only
feel
way.
like
Now, little boys,
some men feel like they need
you
to
got to beat a
discipline
boy.
women because we too boisterous
Now,
and we
little
talk too
boys,
much.
you got to kick a boy's ass. Come on now.
I was on girl, I was on your wave. I was on your boat. I was. But I hopped off when you said you don't do the beating. I mean, the good book even says spare the rise for a child. I'm sorry. I know
I don't read that
out
book.
of it.
I don't read that book.
I know. But I'm just saying, these children these days, they're different. You ain't got no choice but to beat their ass. I'm just saying.
These days they're not really beating the kids.
I don't beat my kids
no more.
I don't beat my son.
I don't beat my kid. I don't have to because I feel like me as a parent, if I do what I'm supposed to do and I mean what I say and teach them right. You know, I ain't gonna say I ain't never popped them here and now and then when they were growing, but continuously throughout the years, probably after 9 years old, I ain't have to do that to my kids.
So you ain't never got a belt and spanked your kid?
No. Not after 9. Not no belt. Nope. I mean, that's just,
no,
I didn't have to. But my kids, but I had to say,
I'm not talking about a certain age. I just asked, all I asked was, so you never had to get a belt and spank your kid?
Not literally a belt. I'll probably use my hand or something like that, but literally a belt, not too much. Nah, maybe if I did, it made them once.
A switch?
So let me tell you,
maybe I have done a switch.
So he gonna whoop that.
Right, because y'all black people mental, y'all be feeling like y'all have to. Y'all instilling fear. That's not respect.
It's instilling fear at the house. You ain't gonna do that shit here.
If you accomplish,
That's what
if you establish respect when they're little, there's no need for you to beat them.
Right.
I mean, it's like this.
No,
as a parent,
G, you got to come out right. G, did you just say right?
Let me say what I'm saying.
Did you just say right?
I say she's
when they go,
right.
But
I'm saying she's right because you have some situations where you start off with the child right, you raise them right, they understand, and they don't have no problems. And you get to the point where you don't never have to discipline that child. But where
you have to discipline them.
But when they get wrong, when they do fall off of anger, there's only so much in the timeout you can do. Sometimes you gotta just, especially like Martin Luther said, with boys, it's a little bit different. With girls,
it is a little bit different.
Girls anyway. You know
when your child, I'm gonna tell you, like as a parent, when your child start displaying certain aspects of behaviors, you need to find them something else to get them into. Put their ass in some football, put their ass in some karate or something where they can learn some discipline for that shit they got raging on in their body that they don't understand. You have to find some way. Now, if they just out here robbing, stealing, doing crazy stuff, now that's different. But when they start getting a certain age and you start seeing them smelling their little must as your mama, your grandma and them say or whatever, that's the time when you need to, you know what? You need to find you something to do with that energy you got right there, because I see it's going in a different direction.
You know what's effective? Communication. And communication, if you start off at an early age and you let them know that you're in charge, if you let a child know that, see, y'all play with children. So when you stand on no, you have to stand on no.
That's my 16-year-old. My 16-year-old, no, I don't play. I'll get crazy up here in a minute.
No, right now, of course, I don't have to beat. I don't have to beat my 17. Well, yesterday, 18-year-old. I don't have to be him like I don't have to go, but he know when I say something and my tone of my voice, he know I ain't playing. He know he either know to relocate
But you
or
know
get
what
out my
though?
face.
It's important too. It's important too to put your kids around, especially as women, around men that could be mentors to them.
Yeah,
Help,
I'm sitting out at J-Mo's
talk to
job.
them, put them in the right places, in the right spaces.
All right, thanks for
That's
checking on me, but
important.
I made it here safe.
But yeah, you have to place men in your and men around you too yourself that are good for your kids. Not, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about no whole bunch of men. I'm not a whole bunch of man woman like that. But if any men, even my brothers, if my brother not acting right, doing some stupid shit, I'm not finna have my child around them. I'm gonna make sure my child got some type of men that's doing something that can come talk to them sometime and be mentors, real mentors toward them. You know, you have to find them other avenues. Take them out the hood. All bruh, sometimes bruh ain't teaching little man the right shit. So you have to, I mean, shoot, you got to find the people.
The mental, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like we need to communicate more with our children, and we need to let them be able to speak, because a lot of our parents did not allow us to speak. So then here it is, we don't know how to express ourselves, because instead of speaking to us, they beat the shit out of us. And now we have all this balled up anger that we don't know how to express because of the shut the fuck up and beatings. Now, this is a lot of black people.
Well, how many times did they have to tell you to shut the fuck up before they beat you? That too. How many motherfuckers shut the fuck up?
But after you tell them y'all talking about, but you tell them to shut the fuck up. But what do they do after then? Are you giving them healthy habits? Are you telling them good stuff to make them proud of themselves? Are you building them up? You can't just tell a child to shut the fuck up and don't give them no direction after then.
A lot of people don't.
You gotta give the lessons as you go. And when I say this, I ain't saying like, you know what I'm saying? Because me, I always try to talk. I take a calmer a calmer approach. I like to understand and communicate and talk to them like they on my level. But when they get to the point where it's like, sometimes a child can get too comfortable and think they on your level.
Because you make your child feel like they your friend. Your child, I tell my child, I'm never your bro, your sis, no none of that shit. I am not that person. I am not your fucking friend. And when my mama used to tell me that and I had my own kids, I understood that. She is not my friend.
I'm on 3%. And for whatever reason, whenever I get on this podcast, it will not charge, even though I have it to the charger.
For real?
Hooked up. Yeah, you know, because we did go over 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, we did. We over about time with that 2 hours. I just pay attention. We had a lot of people up here. We didn't even get to none of the damn topics. It was a great show. It was intense. It was definitely intense.
I want to know if Bro in the Dark got some good stuff today.
Oh yeah, I think it froze. Mike just over there. Mike just be over there. Listen, your shit was flaking up. You over there eating, man.
But I think it's important to have a panel that actually listens to the response. And, you know, being women, especially black women, I don't care what y'all say, black women are the most. What did you say?
You talking about
he asked me what I was eating. I told him motherfucking JJ's be busting, boy.
Oh, okay.
I just feel like women are not protected. Women are not heard. It's like black women. I feel like everybody wants us to be quiet and not have an opinion and not have anything to say. That's why we have to scream. That's why we have to shout. That's why we have to get in our masculine energy, because a lot of pressure is put on us and y'all don't hear us when we cry. So that's why we have to shout. That's a lot of reasons that we're so aggressive. We have so many reasons to be aggressive. And when y'all make it easy for us to communicate instead of talking about punching us in the gut, so why would that make me comfortable in now expressing myself to a person that bought that type of energy into the communication? You see what I'm saying?
But I was talking about on that note. I feel like I started that whole thing. I just said all that because you said I feel like I gotta match your energy. And I'm like, as a female, why you gotta feel like you gotta match a man energy? And like, just because of how he talked or his tone when he already said that's just the way he talked. But it's like you couldn't just sit back and just chill and just be feminine. Like just stay a woman still.
You cannot tell me.
And then
You
I
cannot
forgot
tell me
somebody
who to
said
be.
something.
You cannot tell me who to be.
Okay,
I cannot tell you
I
who to be.
cannot. Okay, correct. Okay,
On that
correct.
note, I'm
I can't
signing
tell
off.
you who to be, but I ain't telling. Yeah. Well, yeah. I wasn't trying to tell her who to be. I was trying to goddamn get her another way to look at it. Like somebody said, a woman is better off getting a point across in a feminine state than being masculine.
Sometimes
They have to feel like
the
you
men
gotta be
ain't willing
loud.
to hear. Some men ain't willing to hear, and a lot of women don't know how to communicate. So, you know, I mean, this conversation kind of weird to me because.
Oh, you can hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, a lot. This is because it is a lot of women out that don't know how to communicate. They have to find that within themselves through their own life experiences and what they have been through of how to communicate themselves to people. You know, and that's a hard thing when you like what you say in survival mode. When you've been in survival mode your whole life or most of your life, you probably have missed the communication skill piece.
See now this like I agree with you, like 70%, almost to where I agree with you, almost like 100. But my 30% fight back on that is like I understand that when a woman walk out the door and when she's dealing, but when you're dealing with your man or your husband, then you can't give him all of that energy because he gonna hear you, but you'll have a better chance getting across to a man just talking to him and assault the tone. Yeah, you gonna yell, you gonna get some energy, but now you and he's in a defense mode. See, so the key to a man, the secret to it, I like to put people on game. The key to a man is don't let them get into that defense mode. Always stay in a tone. Don't come at them. Talk to them. A lot of times women say,
but you have to learn that about the person you dealing with.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the problem is most people don't take the time to learn each other.
Yes.
You be about each other and whatever craziness you got going on, but intimately, you have to know that person intimately. Because when you intimately know somebody, you know their triggers. You see that, okay, this ain't sitting right, this nigga, let me step back. If you smart. Now, if you just up for the fight, then you just gonna be up for the fight. You know, feminine energy is a hard thing for a lot of women in the 90s and after generation to get into. Okay? Because number one, the 90s babies, I mean, not the 90s, the 80s, 70, 80 babies probably was y'all mamas, our mamas, well, 50 babies, whatever. But us, and as being a 70s baby for me, I didn't learn them skills, them coping things to deal with stuff. It wasn't nobody in the household every day telling me I was a fucking princess and they loved me and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But listen,
hello?
What question?
Muffled. I tried. You muffled. Your shit muffled, man.
You know, so when we started having babies and our babies started having babies, that shit ain't known. That shit don't. We lost that communication way back in when the 70s babies was out with the crack babies and crack epidemic and all that. All that shit was lost because the world changed and that it wasn't about that no more. It wasn't about learning somebody intimately who they are, and it's definitely not about that today. Everything around this mug is free love now.
Right.
I was supposed to say brought a link, but did y'all watch the
I agree with what she's saying. I mean, I can accept that.
You see what I'm saying?
I can stand on that, but you know, I mean, when you raised by a different generation, us older people, we kind of still see it that way, but we know we can't move in that circumference because everybody's not going to appreciate, you know, genuine people because people are not going to reciprocate the same love.
Yeah, some of us still have a conscience. We still understand ethics and morals.
Well, we was raised in a different time.
Yeah.
We was raised where morals was demanded. We were demanded to be respectable. We was demanded to say yes, sir, and no, sir. We was
So how
demanded to go
not
to
disciplining kids the same way? Not saying the same way, because a lot of us was abused. It got past just discipline and whippings. It came to abuse. So how do we get back to even what we was, how we was raised, or even better if we going backwards on the playbook? Like the program is made to do it like this. Like you build a house this way, foundation, boom.
Mm-hmm.
We want to build the top, then the side, then the bottom after we build a house. You know what I'm saying? You can't build no house like that. So
you got to heal, bro. You got to look in yourself, and you got to know your family. You know the shit that made you feel bad or you knew was wrong in your heart. You have to change that when you bring kids into the world.
Yep.
You know, you can't keep repeating the same cycles. That's you know, so that's how you change that.
You saying a mouthful, because the truth of the matter is you can't give something away that you don't already have. How can you love somebody if you don't know how to receive love, or you don't know how to give love? See, you know, when people say things about the Bible or any kind of structure, the reason I speak about the Bible, because the Bible's the only thing saved my life, believe it or not. A man without structure is a double-minded man, and he's unstable in all his ways. He don't know whether he's going left or right.
But you found a discipline.
You feel me?
Found a discipline.
Well, see, when you're double-minded, that you can't find self-discipline when you got two ways of thinking. When you got two ways of thinking, that means you got two judgment and two ways you want to do a situation. So it's gonna stop you from getting it done, because you might want to go left or might go right and try to get it done. But you have to go one way to achieve the goal. So what I was saying is that without teaching our kids how to believe in a higher principle, we lose it, because we start teaching our kids to depend on people, and people will always break your heart. Somebody gonna always take for granted who you are as a person. This is the world we live in. Nobody reciprocates the same love you give out. You're gonna always be taken advantage of if you're a person that's willing to have charity in your heart. You are gonna be a victim whether you like it or not.
What we need to learn too, that with the time changing, is that like you say, we can't discipline, we can't do the things we did to learn to get our strength and where we needed to go. The kids these days have so much in their face from social media, the people they hang around, they have so much more in their face and so much evidence.
I'm gone. Call me when you get finished with this, G. Call me.
All right, sis, love you.
Gone.
Good night, sis.
I would say something.
Y'all, you have to find different ways to keep your kid focused and keep their mind disciplined. You know, whether you believe in the Bible and you believe the hard teachings of the Bible, whether you believe in whatever anybody believe in. Nobody believe in.
Miss Alicia, can I intervene and ask you a personal question, not too personal, but do you believe in the Bible, Miss Alicia?
I believe in some in the Bible.
Okay, well, then I respect that. So
they tell you that the Bible is basically a bunch of theatrical stories.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one more question. For the parts that you don't believe on the Bible, what do you replace it with, if you don't mind me asking?
I place it with the God in me and my understanding, because nobody can tell me my relationship with God.
I asked you, what do you replace that part of the Bible that you don't believe? Because the Bible's a full book. And the Bible has a lot of wisdom, and a lot of wisdom.
It does. I didn't say it didn't have a lot of wisdom.
No, but I'm not saying you said that. I'm asking a simple question.
I wasn't saying that like that. I'm sorry.
For the parts that you don't believe, what do you replace it with? To get your full understanding, because you have to be full rounded and understand.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. The Bible is stories, a book of stories, right? And just like the story of my life, right? I place the things that I know from the Bible that I believe in the experience in my life. You get what I'm saying? I can't relate to nothing I never went through that was in the Bible. I can read and have an understanding of it, but God gave me my own life, and He gonna give my own experience and my own principles to put from what the teachings he teach me. I believe I learn from a lot of different religions. I'm not, you said you a Christian. I will read a Muslim, I will read Buddhism, I will read the Bible. I read all, because it all works together. Just because somebody say they Buddha, they sit in and meditate, don't mean that's not the same as praying, because you sitting and you relating to the God in you, and you finding out who you are and the strength in you. That's in you always. If you made in God's image, then it is some part of God in you that brings all that strength of putting all that knowledge together. And that's how I look at it. That's my opinion. I don't focus on one word, one book of man written that says this is how I have to believe. God put so much out here and gave me this whole big brain to believe in and put in perspective in the things of my life and show me through that.
And I already
can I just say
earlier,
this?
I don't really know the Bible that well myself, like I say, but for a long time, like you know what I'm saying, my last 15 to 20 years is when I started understanding and trying to believe that it was somebody up there. So when you said what you do with that other part, because I don't believe everything in any book. I don't care if they call it the Bible, the Bible, the Bible, and any man-made book. I don't believe nothing word for word.
So let me say this right here, folks. That with that understanding, that's a very outwardly understanding, because let me say this right here. There's nothing wrong with not cornering you and boxing yourself in. Everyone should have an intellect, brain power to be able to go beyond what their reserves have. That means what you read, what you hear, what your pastor tell you. You should be confident enough. You should be confident enough to know when you hear wisdom, or when you hear a slight of statement. What I mean a slight of statement, I say a slight of statement is just trying to convince you to believe something because I believe it. Now, if I'm speaking in wisdom,
I didn't just learn those type of things just from the Bible.
No, I know you didn't. You learn wisdom from living, honey. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not speaking for biblical, because you already told me where you stand biblically. So therefore, I can't speak biblically to you anymore, because I might say something that you don't appreciate.
That don't mean I don't value your opinion.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. I ain't saying that. This is not whether you value my opinion or not. This is about you're saying what you said and you stand on that. You only going to accept some of the Bible, and the only thing I asked you is, what do you accept in the places of wisdom? And you told me you go by whatever God brings your way and whatever your experience teaches you. That's what you devoid as wisdom, which is what a lot of people do. A lot of people take their experiences and they grow off their experiences rather than what somebody tell them. Like, for instance, if somebody say, hey, don't go sell drugs on 4th Street, and because you might get caught. And I know it's a lot of money on 4th Street, but still, I need to go find that money on 4th Street, regardless of what somebody told me. That means I need to go over there still and find out whether I'm going to get caught, because I'm going to find that money. So I went over there and I got caught. Guess what? They told me I would get caught. But I still had to experience it for myself, simply because my understanding wasn't what they understood. I needed the money. They didn't know that. They already had the money. Now, what I'm saying to you is I got away from biblically because you gave me your understanding biblically. Only thing I just wanted to know from your personal perspective is how you viewed the Bible, because the Bible is scrutinized just like the Quran, and I've read all these books.
Yep.
I read them also. And you know, everybody's gonna get their personal understanding of what they need to stand on, because be honest with you, you got to stand on something or you'll fall for anything. If you're all over the place, all 6 of us or 7 of us on this panel can give you anything if you're all over the place, and you can make it mashed potatoes if you want to. It still won't give you the right perception of what you're looking for, because you got to narrow your perspective down just like any one of us have to before we can find any stability to build on. You got to set the foundation of your house before you can put anything on top of it.
Let me ask you a question, bro. Let me ask you a question, bro. OG, what version of the Bible do you read, bro?
The whole Bible. I'm a Christian. I don't read the whole Bible. I mean, I understand the whole Bible.
No, which version? You know, it's like I'm saying it's like 10 different. Like which one?
No, it's 113.
No, I read the King James. I'm the King James.
So
I don't do the 100.
And that's what does it for me is so many books. This book said this way.
Listen, and I respect that.
No, I'm not asking you that in a debating fashion. I'm asking. I'm saying.
No, I read the King James. I read the King James and only the King James.
Okay.
Because
that's the one all of us was raised off of, though, bro.
And to be factual, that you're 100% right. Most African American families.
King James. That's the one. That's the one
That's the one they gave us.
Yeah. Hey, that's what. Go ahead, continue, bro. That's all I want to know.
Listen, everybody gave you a book before, honey. You had to go to police academy and learn the police academy book.
Whoa.
They gave that to you for you to learn your knowledge on how to become a police officer.
I had to get a book to learn how to become a truck driver.
There's lessons in books. You have to go and to get your license, you got to take a lessons test in the book and drive. So we're not going to just talk about the book they gave us. We all got to learn out of book. Now, what you establish out of that book and accept, that's the principle that you abide by.
So earlier, that's what we was trying to explain when we were trying to say that what you was telling us was like a projection, and that what we thought was not right. You said it was insane.
I never castrated y'all.
No, you didn't, and I didn't castrate you, but I'm just repeating what you said. It was insane. So it's no more insane than what you believe in, also, or
baby, I never.
You know what I'm saying,
baby? Excuse me, Miss Alicia. I never said the insane. I don't insult nobody's opinion. I never said insane out of my mouth for nothing. No one said I here the whole night. I told y'all that before. As a woman, I was raised by my granny. So you're gonna get the uttermost respect when I speak to you. Now, just because my opinion may come off a little rough to where a woman sensitive ears might not receive it, because I'm speaking maybe from the Bible, and a lot of times women ain't comfortable with men they don't know speaking the Bible to them, especially when the conversation is supposed to be openly and earthly, worldly. We didn't come on here to talk about Jesus Christ. We came to talk about topics. It milked into that. And again, I apologize for that, but y'all took that to the point where you don't never let a man who spiritually try to find a spiritual foundation. That's the most humbling foundation you can find in this world.
Oh no, I know pretty spiritual brothers.
Now I should have never offended any one of y'all by trying to find a spiritual foundation, because really I was uplifting the woman.
True.
Lifting the woman to my best ability. Okay. And I think y'all kind of took me wrong. But
I didn't take you no way. I just was listening. But you got kind of triggered. I'm not sure what you got triggered by, because I was trying to get on the live and get the link. So I missed some of the conversation. But before, whatever it was, you was triggered.
Again, baby, I wasn't triggered. That's just forward tell you. That's just how I debate, baby. I'm sorry that people don't, that you know me, and I had to do it. It took me a lot to tone down tonight, because I'm a hyperactive joker. Boy, I've been on written as a baby and everything. Now let me tell you something. I mean no harm, because I just debate heavy. I'm truthful and I'm strong about what I believe in, just like I expect every individual on this panel to be, because that gives me understanding. If you can't stand for what you say out your mouth, and you can't take scrutiny or constructive criticism, don't say it. Because one thing about it, there are people on here who have different opinions, maybe different facts about what you're saying, and can give you a better perspective, maybe not.
Yeah, but they have to be willing. You have to be open to it. You have to be open to it.
But when you come on a panel, you gotta be prepared. You definitely gotta be open to it. And if you're not understanding, a lot of times you can get on here and you think it's just, no, we all having a conversation. Everybody ain't just up here to agree with everybody.
No, and you gotta be strong and not take offense to how somebody feels. And I ain't saying you.
Okay, let me ask you this. So you were saying about how you are, what energy you bring, you get, and the young brother over here was saying about why the female had to match the energy. But what if that is how she is? Why does it seem aggressive or in anger when she could be just like Unc here in that manner, but because everybody construes most black women as the angry black woman, that's how she was. Maybe she was just being just like him, and it wasn't about being a bad energy. He was saying he giving good energy. That's who he is. How he stand on what he say. So why she couldn't have been that way? And I think that's why it was a little offense taken toward that, because of the fact that you was asking her, but why you ain't asked him why he was all boisterous?
Miss Alicia, guess what I did when Mimi fired back at me? When Mimi fired back at me, Mimi fired back at me. Is it before G4 sister got online and before you got online? Mimi fired back at me. You ain't hear me? You ain't hear me address Mimi and say, I ain't saying that to you,
but
Mimi.
maybe her energy was like yours, but because the thought that she's not supposed to speak like that, she's supposed to stand back and be in her feminine.
Miss Alicia, maybe
you get what I'm saying? You're not listening to the perspective of it though.
Miss Alicia, did nobody? I gave her.
You need to cook your own hamburger. I'm sorry.
I gave her floor, Miss Alicia, when she shot her shot and raised her voice. See, the conversation opened because Miss Mimi had kind of got aggressive about men doing this to women and did it. So, and she kind of got aggressive with all the men first. So, you know, I didn't get aggressive with her, but I kind of, you know, debating back and forth.
She was speaking from, I think, from what I've learned. She was speaking from some past experience. And
that's what I would say too.
And what I do understand,
and you can't do that in these type of conversations. You have to speak at a bigger perspective, you know, a whole.
And that's all
you
I
know,
was saying.
Look at the situation.
When you brought it out as a broad thing, as in women, and she kind of got probably offended. We wanted to kind of defend. Like sometimes men, we want to defend men. Women want to defend women.
Well, I think she got offended with what Pharaoh was saying. And she kind of got up, but we was in a debate mode.
I think we all got
in a debate mode. It's not debate mode does not mean that you have to be mad at somebody. It just means that two people are trying to get a point across. And at the same time, even when you bump heads, it doesn't mean that it has to be a negative outcome about it.
Yeah, you agree to disagree.
That's right. Agree to disagree. And we was both speaking the same thing. The only thing I was telling Mimi is that I don't have a problem with you being strong as you are and standing on what you're standing on, because people voice raise when they speak, when they're strong about what they say. People voice lower when they temperament lowers. We don't have control over that, but we can know when a person is passionate. We can know when a person is passionate or just straight out rude.
Yeah.
You can tell that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't straight out rude. I was just passionate about what I was talking about.
That's a good example.
Just like anybody
some people don't. Sometimes some people don't understand passion. I went through that my whole career.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? No,
That's
I'm very passionate about what I had to say. You know, and it's not being louder or talking over and being heard. It's just the fact that I'm passionate about what I have to say.
Right.
I get intense. I know people that see me, especially when I go live and I'm intense about something. I'm gone. I'm sweating. I'm gone. I'm just in my zone.
That's right, and it's okay. It's okay because it's healthy energy when you're being honest. Yeah. See, Miss Alicia, you've been a police officer for 17 years. You were trained to understand how to temper your own emotions based on what other people's emotions are. Because imagine you arrested everybody who was disorderly to you. Imagine if you arrested everybody who was disorderly to you in the 17 years of your career. If you took everybody's attitude the wrong way.
We had 2 hours and 35 motherfucking minutes.
You feel me, Miss Alicia?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
The only thing I'm saying to you is that people can be in control even when the situation seems like it's out of control. It doesn't mean that because you raise your voice, a person finna harm you. It doesn't never mean that. It might mean that maybe we need to see what that person's so passionate about, tamper into that passion. And then we might be able to calm that person down by coming to a reasonable agreement that he or she don't have to get aggressive. You took the training. I never took it. But I've been in prison 16 years before, and I know how to deal with 1,200 different inmates for 1,200 different situations, from mamas dying, baby mamas walking out, wives quitting on them, hanging themselves, getting raped. I don't be around many different men. And I understand when men emotions are targeting something that's sensitive to them, they will become a little, but women have to understand that doesn't mean that we're biting your head off. It means that we're different. We're different. We're very different.
But people have to, people have to recognize, listen to this. If people don't take the time to look at themselves and their own trauma, their own, faults, all that stuff, and understand where they stand within themselves with it. When somebody else picks it out, or it seems like it's picking it out, or it does something different to them. They don't know how to cope with it. The first thing is anger, emotion, heighten the behavior. Those are things that we were taught growing up. That the reactions that we have to a lot of shit in our life.
But again, whose problem is that though? But who problem is that though?
What problem is what? The way we act?
No, who problem is that? Who problem is that they don't know how to take shit and how to control their anger. That means they need to go get some professional help.
It's their problem. But they have to recognize that in itself and want to correct that.
Alicia, bro, let me tell y'all something. There's such thing as permanent trauma to people. Like when they say a woman scorned. Sometimes you never get over the pain some people may bring to your life. Now the reason I say that is because there's a level of pain that digs deeper, and it takes situations to bring it back to the surface. You never know when it's gonna resurface,
and that's
until
true.
A trigger hit it. So therefore, you can never tell a person when they're able to be healed or when they can ever heal or what it takes to heal. You know why? Because that's only determinable to a person who and how much pain they have been through. Some people never get through.
That's what that's what I'm saying is that's up to the person to recognize that in themselves and want to heal themselves, want to be a better person, want to do better things, want to be happy. All that stuff encompassed in that healing process. And if they never learn how to start on it, of course they're gonna be hurt and gonna be in that same fucked up energy their whole life.
You know what?
And that goes back to my same question: who problem is that?
And you believe it or not, listen, bro, believe it or not, we're not, and I always remember this. We're not at fault for our own triggers.
A never-ending topic. We got the to be continued. This one, people. We're going about 3 hours long.
Oh, we right.
We run it up on 3 hours, boy. It's normally a 2-hour show, but I ain't mad. It was a good conversation. We had a lot of people up here. Everybody had to get their point across. So sometimes
I appreciate TK not saying nothing.
Listen,
what you mean?
I appreciate you
was quiet tonight, bro.
I really was tapped in because y'all was on some shit. I was like, damn, I can't do nothing. I ain't got no kids. Damn, you know what I mean? They jumped on that shit. Y'all was talking about God, and I'm really like,
well, you see, they lost me on God.
I'm like,
I'm just trying to learn a little bit.
Well, see, we opened the topic with T.I. and King, so we talking father and son.
We didn't even get to that else. I had more shit.
Yeah, but that took flight.
We'll get it next week, man. Y'all more than welcome to come back, man.
Man,
everybody give yourself a round of applause out there, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. Appreciate it, y'all, man. Got the love.
Thank you, Miss Alicia, fellas. Thank you, G4. Thank y'all.
What's your real name?
Smiley Jameson.
Jason. Oh, you stay in Brunswick?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
I don't think I know you. I might have seen your face.
Shame on you, cause
oh, my bad. I ain't mean to hit that. My bad. Go ahead. My bad. I ain't mean to do that. My bad. Go ahead. You say shame on you. What? That was your last.
I said shame on you. How she been drilling me tonight.
Next time.
We gonna definitely
next time. Man,
we gonna pick it up because I got some good topics. So I know that everybody gonna get there, man. I got some good topics, some good questions.
We gonna do better next time.
But we still had a good conversation tonight to where it took up the show. So it's all love.
We gonna stick the topic and do better next time.
That's on me. I got engaged in it too, just like Mimi was saying. She was like, "We gotta get out of control," so I have to get control too, because sometimes I get a little flustered. But that's what I love about it. It's a little bit of control and a little bit of chaos because you get that real authentic. I like that.
I learned something tonight too. That's what made me want to come back, because I really did learn something from all the different personalities and perspectives. You know, because it's a refreshing not to always have to see it your own way. Yep. That's what's refreshing about life. To be able to know that there's people in this world that really have their own perception on how they want to live.
Hey,
Thank y'all for that.
Hey, sis, you know James Ramsey? He say, Island girl, what up?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I know James.
Yeah.
Big JT.
All right.
JT, yeah.
Big JT. What up, Big JT?
That's good. They've been rocking with us, man. Appreciate everybody showing love.
Okay, love y'all. Have a good night.
Next week, we're going to pick it up. We're going to drop these topics in here. And shit, we're going to get into it. If you got anything during the week that you feel like we need to discuss, hit me in the messenger, send the question, and I have
I'm going to have something for you.
I know you is.
Yeah, they don't got me crunk now. Hey, Miss Alicia, you make sure you come on back, because I'm going to have
come on back.
I'm going to send her the link, dog.
Okay.
She'll talk, bro.
All right, y'all, let's get up out of here.
Come on. everybody. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come on, let's talk about it. Don't be scared, just talk about it. Come up on the panel if you want to and talk about it. Got a problem with the way the world moving, let's talk about it. Political, I don't do it much, but we can talk about it. Relationships and marriage, yeah, you know we gotta talk about it. It needs better balance, so that means we gotta talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it. Yeah, we gotta talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it. Won't you come and talk about it? The violence on ourselves, oh yeah, we gotta talk about it. The way these kids living out here, we gotta talk about it. It can be something serious or it can be something funny. It can be about food or it can be about money. It can be about your life or how you setting your goals. Nobody telling you what to do, that mean you taking control. So let's talk about it, talk about it. Come on and just talk it. And like what I said, that's cool, we can talk. It might not change how I feel, but it's okay for us to talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it. Ain't nothing wrong to talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it. Ain't nothing wrong, let's talk about it. It's the OG way, so you know we gonna talk about it. But don't get in your feelings, all you gotta do is talk about it.